Pokemon cards?
Don't you touch my.
Look at this. That's a good one. But this for me?
No,
What you doing with them?
don't worry about it.
What you doing with V-Maxes?
Don't worry about all that.
Reverse hollows. You must have pulled these.
Don't worry about where I
That
get
shit
my stuff
weak.
from.
You need to do more.
I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die.
Alright,
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is a Wednesday afternoon, which is weird for us to be here today. I gotta say, it is weird. It's Wednesday. Usually it's a Monday or a Tuesday, but you know, when things happen, you gotta make changes and do what you need to do. So I'm just saying, you know, sometimes you just gotta make sacrifices and make things work that's best for you. So, but I gotta say, it's been a lovely week. Things have been so far anyway. So, but to everybody out there, thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of this. This show wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for y'all. So I just want to say thank y'all once again. As my co-host is coming back from doing whatever he's doing. Okay, you had to use the facilities. That's cool.
Yeah, that shit finna die. I'm finna die.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rod. This Rome. If y'all don't know us, so. But as I was saying,
you
welcome.
know, I've never noticed the logo till now. That my what's good? Yeah, I have my brother on here, bitch ass nigga. Yeah, that's my brother. He on here. What the fuck he doing? I ain't seen that nigga in forever.
What's going on, everybody that's joining us from TikTok? Welcome here. We usually try to keep it light, keep it 100.
Keep it well. Shut up, whole ass. Oh, you can't talk to me like that,
So,
nigga. You know who I am? I'm a star. That nigga crazy.
just again, my co-host
Hey,
Rome. He's being Rome as usual.
Bad,
to everybody
bad,
out there.
I didn't like how my brother spoke to me. I'm a fucking celebrity. You know who I am?
He's not. He wants to be a celebrity, and that's cool and all. But you know how we do.
Oh, you don't say that shit to them niggas with guys or not? Don't say that shit to me.
I don't. He's not a celebrity. Yo, what's going on? What's happening, everyone? Everyone. Welcome in.
Bitch.
So, as per usual, we always have the question of the day. So,
I have a few things today.
Today,
before we get started, today we got the question. I got a quote for white folk.
Oh Lord! Now you have to remember we have a mixed audience, so you have to be.
No, this only pertains to them.
Oh, okay.
Because they're the only ones doing this shit. So we gonna do a little history lesson. You know, we gonna have an argument today. It gonna happen. But the first question of the day, which is motherfucking wild. Do y'all believe men are asked to do too much in today's time?
No.
In today's time.
No. I can't say we are.
Or,
I mean,
or all round, or however you want to put it. The woman who asked me this, and she is a woman, you know, I can't shout out. She didn't want to put her name out there because she wanted.
If she wanted, then why are you talking to her if she's wanted?
I don't know. She probably one of the people we escaped from the region. I don't know. But no, she asked the question, and are men asked to do too much?
And I'll sit here and tell you.
In the household.
No. Why would you think that they would be?
I'm just asking. That's the question. I'm asking.
No, I'm asking that because I'm saying, why would you think that we're being asked to? Why would she think that?
I don't know. She said it was just, she wondered from a man's standpoint because, you know, she just wanted to know.
I don't think we are. I think, you know, at the end of the day, most men are going to be men. They're going to handle majority of the things that go on in a household. So to say that we do too much, I don't think we do.
Asked.
I don't think we're asked too much. I don't think men are asked to do too much unless when we're talking about these women who don't know what a man's job is or how a man should act or how a man should respond.
I agree because wow, that's crazy. Oh shit! My stomach hurt.
Ha, ha, ha,
I
ha.
said I agree.
Well, there's nothing wrong. There's
I
nothing.
usually don't agree with it, but
I mean, you got to look at it for what it is,
yeah,
right?
it's crazy. It's
They say, are we asked to do too much? I don't think we're asked to do too much. I actually think that from a man perspective, from my end, no, I think men are the ones that do go out there and say, okay, what you need. Therefore, we open the door for people to ask us to do this or to do that or to do these type of
who you
things.
think is actually do more, the woman or the man?
And honestly, it's a 50-50 or depending on how your household is set up. Because in your household, you may be asked to do more. You know what I mean? Your wife may ask you to say, hey, I need you to do this, 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 and this. Where you may ask her, hey, just can you do this? And you see what I'm saying?
I'm going to say the woman. I don't know. My actually leaning towards the woman.
I can't say the
Oh,
woman because it all depends on which way you're looking from from the perspective. Because at the same time, a man is only going. Well, first of all, as a man, we already know we are supposed to do a whole lot of things as
yeah,
it is already.
there's that in the first. Yes.
So when you say who has to do more, or what was it again? You
Yeah,
said
who you think is asked to do more? Like who has more on their plate?
it all depends on how your household is set up.
Give me the woman.
I can't give you the woman
The woman.
because if say
Get pregnant?
no, that's not. But again, though, you
juggle
can't.
a job and be pregnant?
That's not asking a man. That's not. But can,
Well, I'm just saying, on their plate.
No, that's not. But that's part of life. That's not saying that's too much. Unfortunately, that's part
I'm
of.
not saying
That's
too much.
that's part of a woman's responsibilities.
But I'm asking, who has
That's not
more
asking
on the
more.
plate?
No,
I
that's
think
not.
the woman, that's
no.
not asking more. I'm just saying, who has more to deal with? I think it's the woman.
No, I think it's a man because they have to deal with everything that a woman does.
That's vice versa. That's kind of vague.
No, it's not because you can see, like you just saying, okay, can a man get pregnant? No. Can a woman get pregnant? Yes. But on the back end of it, but what's a man gonna do in the meantime that woman's pregnant? He's gonna do everything else.
I know women to work doing
But again though, it's all about your household. You can't sit here and say I can't say.
I'm gonna give the woman only because, like I said,
you're using that one thing, but that's not saying.
There's a few things. I mean,
What else? What else? What else?
Pregnancy. You cook.
Oh no! Because a man can cook for himself. A woman can cook for himself.
I'm just saying.
A man can cook for himself. A man can clean for himself. The only thing that a woman can't that a man can't do that a woman can is have kids. Because at the end of the day, when you look at the table, you do the same. You get up and go to work. You clean your house. You cook. You wash. You do all of those things. Hey, thanks, Josh. I appreciate you liking the live.
He like the live?
Yeah, he liked the live.
Oh,
He's on Twitch.
You don't never like my shit.
Don't you? Because you don't. You know what? I'm not dealing with you. Don't do that.
My bad. I keep
You are.
forgetting.
Yeah, you.
My bad.
It's different.
No one ever likes my shit. Go ahead.
But when you look at it from a standpoint, the only thing a woman can't do that a man can't do is have a child. A man can do.
What can the man do that the woman can't?
So.
I just what can the man do that the woman can't? And not it's not back, man. I say it's.
You're only
But that's the hard thing.
Yeah, we see the eyes. I know.
That's all I'm saying. Who got the harder role right now?
I still think the man has a harder role because everything is going to fall on him.
We got my mama in the chat, y'all. She in the chat.
But see, again, though, that is that particular man. Every guy is not that.
Even have to something. But yeah, but I'm just.
But see, but that falls back again to what type of man that a woman's dealing with. Yes, it is.
Right.
She said most men are not doing half of that. But what about the other half of men that are actually the ones that's taking care of the kids, that's doing the dishes, that's washing the clothes, that's cutting the grass, that's taking the trash out, that's doing all of those things that the woman can't do?
What chat is that? Nigga, the chat. Oh no, my bad. We go live on 4 or 5 different things. I'm just doing it on YouTube right now. He's doing it on what? Twitch
and TikTok.
So yeah, it's the chat on the other end. You see a chat here, but there's another chat too. And stop disrespecting me, nigga. I told you I'm a fucking champ.
But that's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I know, I understand.
So when somebody says certain men are not doing this, see again, we take as a whole men as this man is this one man represents this half of the men race represents all men, and you can't do that because what ends up happening is you're building a false facade of saying all men are like that, and that's how people run with it.
Okay, I'll give you that. So answer the question: what can man do that woman can't? Thank you.
I told you that's the only thing. And if you're saying
what can man do that woman can't do? What's the?
I hate to use this, and you're gonna hate when I say this, but we haven't had a woman president, and it's been a minute.
I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna get pregnant. Thank you.
I mean that's the only thing, but that doesn't make it hard. That doesn't say they have it harder than men.
What makes it harder for them?
So what happens when a man has to raise a child without the woman?
What happens when a woman has to raise a child without
Again,
the man?
so it's a stalemate.
But who will have the harder role?
I don't know. I think the man do, because what end up happening is they'll tell a man, hey, you need to go do this, and this, where they give assistance to women. Let's be clear.
I did say that.
They give assistance to women, and what ends up happening is that it's easier for a woman to get extra help than a man to go get extra help.
I give you that.
So again, it's all about how you look at different things from that.
But that's not everybody though.
No, and I'm not
saying women can get that type of assistance.
Well, it all depends on your financial status and what you're doing. So there's different things that come into it.
I just hate that, and I'm only siding with the women because I'm looking at it. They got assistance too. Oh no, that's what it was.
But
they do have men.
But how hard is it for a man to get assistance versus a woman to get assistance?
I've never met a man to get it.
Exactly.
But to my mom's credit,
I know it's there.
There are men assistants that
I'm not saying it's not there, but
is
again,
it the prize
it's hard.
stopping us for asking for it?
No. A lot of men actually try to get it and they get denied because
I've never met a man to get it.
Again, why? Because most men have jobs that pay most men have jobs that will automatically disqualify them from getting it.
I deem you a bum if you did.
No, I can't.
On my end, looking at it, I deem you.
If you got two kids, no, you can't say it's assistance. I can't deem you less of a man if you know what your limits are.
Don't have their kids. Well, wait.
See, there we go again. It's
Wait, hold on. We got two. Both have difficult trials and individual. Yeah, and that is. And that, like my mother-in-law said, and my brother, it's a different life, different sex.
Yeah.
But yes, it's saying we're not talking about the woman that doesn't get the government assistance, that doesn't get the.
Now, if the woman got a if the woman got a 6-figure job, she bossy. I'm just telling you. So again.
Okay, for those who.
But do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
You like to tie my shit.
That's what I'm supposed to do. But when you look at, like I said, you got to look at it from. It's so many different factors that people don't factor in. You know, it's like this guy. He might work a menial job, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, you know, he's doing what he's supposed to do. So he already knows he makes more than what they're going to tell him as far as a assistance. Because you got to think about it. When you go and ask for assistance, they want to see everything you make. They want to see what you spend your money on.
I don't think men doing it.
No, because men will go out here and grab 2 jobs, a 3rd job on the side. They'll work. Not all. Because at a certain point, a woman feels like they need to be taken care of. So now they're looking for.
If you're a single parent and you had no choice, you're gonna have to be that nurse, work at Waffle House, come home, and then you gotta cook, clean, go back out to the nursing because there's not enough. Then you gotta go right back to the Waffle House, smell like pork and grease. Then you gotta go out there and cut that grass. Then you gotta come back. It'd be harder.
But you do understand what I'm saying.
So watch this.
I can't say.
For a man, let's just say that was the case. He worked at Waffle House. He's gonna take care of that, right? Now you're gonna come home Now with the woman, I gotta find somebody to cut my grass. Most women don't cut grass. The man, I got a lawnmower, I'm gonna cut my grass. Or, oh man, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go ahead. I might order me some. The woman, well, I might not have that much
No,
money.
no, because I'm a firm believer. If I got food in my kitchen, regardless, if I got,
If they don't have it, what they gonna do? What they gonna eat? Air?
hey,
That's what the fuck. I gotta give it to the woman. I got to.
I
Cause
can't.
I look at what can go wrong.
See, I can't do that.
And what can
that's
go
where I'm at
wrong
with that.
is that.
So, since we're on this subject of relationships and so forth and so forth, air tastes delicious.
Hey, when you broke and got no money, god damn.
So let me ask you a question. What's it like to be a gamer in this day and age? With working a full-time job and being married, and what are some of the challenges that you face as
nothing.
Really?
My wife don't give a fuck what I do. Nothing. As long as I ain't doing nothing, I ain't got no business doing it. My wife don't care if I buy a game. My wife don't care if I'm playing the game. Sometimes she'll watch me when I play. We gotta get out of this silly notion that, if you play the game, you're fucking no, motherfucker. What do you prefer? I can be in the house, I can be in the street, fucking with these bitches. Or I could be at home playing the game. I think I'd rather take that. I've seen a lot of posts, people saying that they don't like that man playing the game because it takes away from the attention. What attention? If you playing the game with him or sitting right next to him, I don't see what's it. Me and my wife will play a game together. My wife will watch me play and watch me get go through all types of hoops. No, baby, he's right there. Me and my wife play. I play Call of Duty. No, baby, he's in the corner. Oh no, yeah. My wife gets involved.
So I would say to you
Who cares?
that your wife is an exception to the rule.
Oh, they know it's fucking exception.
Yes,
That's
it is. Yes, it is.
That's what it is.
For you. That's why I'm asking you. Like, what is your take? Is it a problem with you being in a healthy relationship, being a gamer?
I am a father. I am a gamer. I am a streamer. I'm a podcaster. I go to work. I spend time with my wife. Me and my wife go on many dates. Me and my wife have a sexual relationship. Yes, we have sexual coitus. It's called coitus. We do have sex. Yes, we do go out and eat. Yes, we do take long drives on the park. Yes.
Long drives on the park.
On the park. Yes.
Okay.
We play the game together. Yes. We eat together every night. I don't eat unless she's eating with me because I won't do it. Healthy as can be.
So you don't have any problems with being a gamer in this modern age where everybody's against being it.
Don't correct wrong the special. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want. For me, you're a gamer. If you met me this way, now there's only two things that's gonna happen. You're gonna join me, or you're gonna get the fuck out.
You can't do that once you're married, though.
Yes, the fuck you can. Everybody needs an outlet. Just make sure you help out around the house and spend time together. Thank you. That's my mother-in-law, y'all. I say, my mother-in-law, motherfucker, I'm cute. Yes. Yes, that's how. You think me and my wife give a fuck? You think my wife cares what the fuck I do? As long as I ain't out there with another woman and I'm at home, I'm safe at home. I don't go nowhere. My wife ain't around, I don't go. So if I'm at home and we're playing the game, and mind you, how many times have we played the game and my wife has been right there?
Oh, plenty.
My wife will watch me play the game. My wife will watch me play, go matches online and tell me, "Damn, baby, you could have did better than that." I'd be mad now.
So wait a minute. She be sidelining when you be getting your ass kicked.
It's not often. So I don't want you to feel like, I don't lose like that. I don't. I can show you the record too. I don't lose like that. So she'll be like, "Oh no, baby, you could have did better than that." And then I go ahead. No, my wife partakes in it. My wife's
I guess it's easier for you because she partakes in her own things.
My wife look at games and she
but
be
what
like,
what do you think?
You gotta get this game. You got, baby, when you get your PC up, she was just telling me, when you get your PC up, on my mama, on my mama, on my boy. She was just telling me, hey, when you get this game up, oh man, well you need to play this and stream it. Me and my wife talked about streaming together while we play the game, and her reaction or that scary game shit. But it doesn't matter. I was like, now, if you get you a wife that be losing too often, you could be a test of that. Do I lose? I don't.
I don't know what you do outside of when we
You
play.
want to lie? I win. I have a record to prove it. I win. I have a problem with losing.
But I told you that though a long time ago.
That's
But you don't
besides
want to
the
hear. No, that's not. No, that's not besides the point.
Anybody who wants to see me in Tekken, come get it. I just downloaded. Thanks to him. I just downloaded Marvel vs. Capcom to collection too. Anybody who feels like you can go on. But come on, all invitations. You don't win. You don't win.
But back to the conversation.
No, but yes, I don't give a man. If your wife gives a fuck that you play the game, okay, go cheat on her. Fuck it. Go find you another bitch.
And then you're back right where you started from.
That's your business. That's your business. Now I told you. There's only two ways this gonna roll. There's only two ways. This ain't up for. I still remember. These, but you did not beat me in that. Okay, whatever. There's only two ways this gonna roll. You're either gonna join or you get the fuck out. That's easy. You know, join me or get the fuck out. Like, I didn't have to give my wife that option. I played stuff that my wife enjoyed. It was easy. Well, yeah, I like that. That looks pretty cool. My wife would tell me, that game sucks. I won't play.
So she dictate what you play now.
It's not a dictate.
That just sound like just then.
No. If I'm playing a game, and you know me, I play the game because, I don't like wasting my motherfucking money. But if I'm playing a game, and my wife looking at it, that looks kind of boring. My wife is a reflection of me. So, if she sees it, that means I see it. I'm out of here. I'm not playing that game. Many games I play out, yeah. My wife caught on, I'm out of here. It's good. If my wife can catch on and I can't, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm not playing that shit. I'm not. I don't respect it. I'm not playing it. So I don't have no issue.
I think some of the issues that plague us.
Who has an issue?
No, I'm just.
Okay, what are the issues you've seen?
So,
and I can address it.
So, some of the issues that I've seen and read about and talked about, one is that most women who date gamers literally say we spend too much time playing the game.
Get the fuck out.
That's your answer.
Fuck out.
I mean, one of the biggest things is time management because
there's no time management.
There is time management because you can't spend every waking moment on the game in a if you're in a healthy relationship.
Says who?
You're in a healthy relationship with a non-gamer.
Who said that?
Let's be clear. No, it's
who ain't a gamer?
That's not you.
My baby played the game.
Who ain't? You still not. You see, you're not listening.
No,
again. I'm not trying to deflect. I'm trying to get you to understand that all women are not gamers. All women don't fit the mold of your wife.
Well, make them.
You can't make anybody do something that they don't want to do.
Says who?
Says life.
Cat. Yes, you can. You can everybody do whatever the hell you want them to do.
No.
Yes, you can.
Yes, no, you can't.
Okay.
No, you can't.
My wife with me, she wasn't playing the game. Guess what she's doing now? Playing the game.
But again, no, you have a whole different philosophy than other people. Your philosophy and what you do.
You can call it force.
It is force.
No, it's not. I don't put a gun to play this game or I'm capping your shit off. I don't do that. Hey, play the game. You don't want to play the game? Oh, all right. Reverse psychology is and I don't have to do that. My wife enjoyed playing the game.
But that's different, though. We're talking about...
You have to compromise.
You do.
I'll compromise on what game we play.
No, but see, there you go.
That's fair?
No, that's not fair.
You got it.
That is not fair.
You want to know how you do it? You find a game that they enjoy. Wait, what?
Everybody, but here's the thing. Everybody, trust me. I've already had that
philosophy. Has a game.
Everybody might have a game that they like.
Has
but
a game.
That does not mean that they're going to be able to understand your message.
Yes, you would.
No.
Once you get them started, once you open that door, I know two.
So what
girls
is he?
that
What?
used
So
to
what is he?
cheat up there, man, because they were very
So let me ask you this:
crazy.
if your partner doesn't understand your gaming habits and see it as a waste of time or childish or a threat to the relationship, what would you tell them?
It's on the road, baby. On the road. Wait, what did my brother say? Exactly. Find the game. Rome ain't lying on this.
No, and I'm not saying. But here's the thing, though. You can find a game for them to play. That's fine. But if they're not a core gamer,
everybody has a game.
You still let me finish what I'm saying. Everybody's not a core gamer. So what that means is basically saying, yes, I can play this game, but I'm not like you where I'm going to play this all the time.
Can you make a core gamer?
That's up to them.
Can you make a core gamer?
No.
Yes, you can.
No.
Yes, you can.
Because you had success with it doesn't mean it works for everybody.
Everybody has a game.
Okay, one game.
Even if it's Uno, they be playing that. Everybody has a game. And once you, the problem is, once you get that one game hooked into them, it could be one game, it could be two games. Once you get that one game in them, you open Pandora's box.
No, it doesn't.
Because now you open up there
don't.
might be another card game like this. Let me see if there's another one that matches that. And now you're looking for games when you wasn't looking for games at all.
I guess you misunderstood the question that I asked you.
I misunderstood nothing.
You basically said no, ain't no way. But if a woman tells you it's a waste of time, it's childish, or a threat to the relationship,
you're gonna have to change their mind, or you out of here. True step. You're gonna have to change their mind out of here because it's not hard to see something my way. So, like my mother-in-law said, compromise. So you can't compromise to see. Now watch this.
No.
If I said that all with your TV reality shows you be watching be trash, I don't understand why you watching that shit. Oh no, baby, you gotta watch it for this. And come here, let me show you. Okay, it'd be the same way that I want to do to show you with the game.
Okay, but if she doesn't gravitate towards you and you still spend more time playing the game than that, you don't think that's a detriment to the relationship?
They'll come around eventually. Everybody does not have a game. The problem is women feel like the game is more important than they are. Where you need to join the game.
You can't see it again. You have this mentality of where I'm going to make you do what
I'm not making you do anything.
You literally said
you literally
said either you're going to be with me
or you can roll. Because this is me. This is me. When you met me, right? Now, if you love me, like you said true love is you're willing to do anything for true love, correct? I'm not going to change who you are because that's not what brought me to the table to come to you, right? If you know I was a gamer when you met this nigga, hey, look, if you partake in the festivities, you might see a different outlook. Because I know a person right now that was the same way. She was the same way, but now she plays the game. She was like, oh, wow, I never seen it this way. Like as an outlet. Oh, no. I found games that were similar to the things I like. It's not too hard. People make it difficult. Oh yeah, you're not spending time with me. I'm not. You only care a fuck about the game. Well, wait a minute, baby. Now, if you was to spend money on something that I felt like was a waste of time, should I scold you for that? If you went on Amazon and bought all types of shit, and I feel like you don't know it, you shouldn't have that. What you do? Why you bought me?
No.
Should I scold you for it? So you can't scold me for the game if I spend my money.
No, but you it's not about spending the money. Because what happens when you create conflict for whatever reason you may say. So trying to force somebody.
It's not force.
Yes, it is. You're saying that.
You're not with it, leave me alone.
And that's fine. That's cool. But if you're already in a relationship and she sees in the relationship that, okay, now we're in this relationship. I'm not trying to change you. Because
that's what it is.
No, it's not a change.
If I'm telling you spending too much time on that game, and why would you spend money
but if
on
you're
that?
But here's the thing, though. If you're not spending time with her.
Who says you're not?
No, I'm just saying.
Join nigga.
But what if that's not what she wants to do?
Okay, fine. Let's do it this way then. Fuck the game. Fuck the game. You're right. Fuck the game. I'm gonna be under you 24 hours. Fuck it, we doing
Okay.
everything together.
And then
Hold
all
on.
of a sudden, but see, now that's being
I
an extreme.
just wouldn't recommend dealing with someone who spends an extreme amount of time doing don't agree with that. It's just people make time for what they care about and don't make time for and it but
And that's true because if I
yes and
no,
no.
it's not because if
So
if
fuck
you're
I said,
spending all
fuck the game.
right
I'm
now
spending
all of a
time
sudden
with you all day.
okay,
That's
so
what you
now
want.
so
Fuck the
now
game.
but now you resent her for
No, I'm
doing that.
not. I'm doing what you asked because I took time to spend time with you.
You will in
Fuck
the
the game.
in the end you will resent her because of that.
No, she's gonna resent herself because of that.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Because she got what she wants.
No, you know what's gonna happen? Ah, this nigga's always under me. You don't got nothing better else to do? No, 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 no. I don't have nothing better else to do. I got spend time with you because that's what we need to do. I don't need my own time. I right, am I wrong? I don't need my own time. My time is you. So I'm gonna dedicate as much time as I can to you. Fuck the game. Right?
Okay.
So then when you get tired of me being under you and you need space, what's gonna happen? I wish this nigga go back and play the game. No! I don't wanna play the game. I wanna be with my
I
wife.
think sometimes and here's what I say sometimes. This is just my opinion from
What's wrong with a little bit of space?
no, it's fine to have space. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you look at it from somebody else's perspective, if you come home from work,
I wanna wind down.
you want to wind down, but your wind down shouldn't be 5 hours before you
What's the difference?
a lot.
So okay. So if I come home from work in 12 hours,
You're gonna spend the next 5 hours.
if that's how I choose to wind down,
So it
that's
takes
my
five.
outlet.
I'm saying so it takes 5 hours to wind down.
If that's my choice. If I've been working if I've been working 12,
You don't think you should
12 to 13 hours, we can talk. There's no one saying you can't. But if I've been working 12 to 13 hours, you think the one I want to hear you tell me some stuff?
Yeah.
I could have had the worst day imaginable. And yes, you can change it. Yes, it can happen. But if I want to wind down, I'm going to wind down.
You still can wind down, but you don't think you should come in first, have a few conversations, maybe.
We can. But you're going to have a problem when we play the game for 5 hours. And when I do, if I check on you, you're going to have a problem. And I can tell you this from close hand because I dated someone who was like that. And guess what I told her?
See, you did.
Can you imagine? No,
You're
I
really
didn't.
different.
No, I didn't.
I said you're different.
I told her. I dated a chick. She was like, "Oh man, is the game your life? Is it?" Wait a minute, baby. I don't harass you when you're watching your shows. Cause she used to love what's that? Loving hip hop and Housewives. I don't bother you when you watching that shit. I don't tell you, oh no, you need to spend time. When we spend time, we spend time. When we did it, we did it. When we talked, we talked. Now sometimes I talk to her doing playing the game. Because hey, that's what I'm really like that. You can ask me anything. We can have a full blown conversation if you want to. Just do it. I do my best conversations playing the game anyway. Because now my mind is thinking on this and my mind is open. I don't see if I come home from 12-hour days and decide to sit down and play the game, my wife, again, no one believes me. Ask my wife. My wife will tell you, man, I've seen that bitch play that shit goddamn and knock a game out. And my wife will be sitting right there on her phone, doing her homework. Occasionally she'll look up. She was like, "Ooh, baby, no, it's over there." She'll get involved, go back to the phone. Come back, we'll have a conversation. I'll talk to her playing the game together. It doesn't, we're making it like this because I'm playing a game. Doesn't mean I can't have a conversation with you. I can't talk to you. We can have a deep conversation. We can have an open conversation. I can't spend time with you. Do you know when you're sitting there having a conversation with me about the game, where you're complaining, you know you're spending time with me right there?
No, I get where you're coming from.
I'm not saying, oh no, fuck. I'm just saying, damn. To make it a big deal. To say, I'll give you a better one. To say something that I enjoy is a waste of time because you don't see the significance of me playing the game. What we need to have a conversation about. What do we need to talk about? I don't criticize you on the things you enjoy. You shouldn't criticize
Yeah,
me.
but you can't just throw everything in one basket and say
It's not, but you're criticizing me. So it's okay for her to criticize me.
no. I've never saying it's okay to criticize, but what I'm saying is
Just downplay the game.
no. It's saying basically this is what if a person can't tell you how they feel about something,
That's
and
fine.
that's fine. I get it,
All
but
right.
with you, and this is what I'm seeing from this conversation that we're
Okay,
having,
go ahead.
is that when you literally tell somebody it's the highway and go and kick bricks if you don't like what I do.
Because you're trying to change me.
No, that does not mean they're trying to change you.
No, you get Rod. You
I don't think
give
I
your
don't think
opinion.
I don't think it's that they trying to change you.
So
They just only thing they want you to do is not necessarily
what happened if I agreed with you and said you're right, baby, fuck the game?
no. She's not telling you to.
No.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You
All
said-
she said was
Okay.
cut back on your time.
No,
She
that's
didn't
not what you
say.
said.
What did I say?
You said sometimes they say that what if she tells you, oh, I don't understand why you're playing the game and wasting your money on that.
No, I didn't say waste of money. You never heard me say waste money. All I said was they consider it as a waste of time. But here's the thing though. Instead of you saying, well, if you don't like it, you can kick bricks. No, but here's the thing though. But if you instead of you saying, okay, kick bricks, you could say, well, do you know why I do what I do?
I shouldn't have to explain.
Yes, you should. Yes,
why?
yes,
I have to
should.
explain to somebody
Yeah.
that knows
Because
me
maybe they don't.
why I do.
They don't.
Why I
What if
play
they
something
don't
that
know?
I enjoy.
What if they
I'm
don't
on
know?
it. I'm on it.
Even if you're playing it, they don't know why.
I'm on it.
And that's the point that I'm trying to get you to
something I
understand.
enjoy.
Okay, you enjoy it.
So-
Can you explain to her why? Can you explain to her why you enjoy it?
Okay, so if I ask her to explain why she enjoys watching,
And she tells you.
and she can't. That's their business. I don't need to know why you do something.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Because that's part of learning a person
No,
too,
it's
as
not.
well.
I know you like this show. Don't bother your ass when you watch it. I don't come over here to. I know when my wife is watching Bridgerton, my wife is watching Wednesday. My wife is watching some shit with these nuns who give babies and they taking them and they come back. I know, Jerome, you need to shut the fuck up. Don't bother her.
But did you ever ask her why she liked it? No, I'm just being 100.
No.
You ever asked why?
No.
It never bothered you, not 1% of why.
If she enjoys something enough to watch it, I don't need to know why. It's not my intent because now I'm prying because it's gonna make it look. It's gonna make me. It from you looking at it's gonna make you question.
No, it doesn't.
That's you.
I'm trying to figure out where
That's
you
you.
get this sense of like you
No,
feel
I
like
don't need to ask why you enjoy something.
yeah,
That's
you
your
do.
business. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't need to know why you like the real. You know how many times I've asked my mom why you be watching the Real House? Why something like why? Alex, my mother watch all of season.
And what she say?
Why?
What did she tell you?
That's my business. That don't got nothing to do with you. You're right.
You come from a different household. You come from
Because it's not my
you come from a completely different line.
Why do I gotta question you on the shit you enjoy?
Because you might learn something.
Learn what? I'm watching you watch it. I don't need to. I'm not questioning nothing. All them shit my wife watch, I don't ask her a damn. I'll sit there. My wife will do one better. She'll tell you about the show. This is what happened right here. And I'm listening. Bro, I know about the show. And I'm sitting there, from her telling me, I'm sitting there like, damn, that don't sound too bad.
But again, though,
'Cause that's not my business.
you've
No.
never thought to ask why she likes what
No.
she likes.
If she likes, Rod, if she likes it, I love it.
Why? Because it keeps her away from you, and you can do what you want to do.
No, Rod.
I'm playing devil advocate. I'm
When
asking
I
a question.
tell you, me and my wife, if I'm in the game, if I'm playing the game in the room, she's in the room with me. If I'm Rod, we eat together every night.
Okay.
Every night. If I get my food before she do, I will fucking wait until she come and we eat that shit together.
Okay.
Cause I do shit together.
And I'm not saying.
Everything.
And here's the thing. I'm not saying that's wrong. What I'm more saying is that
I don't want to ask her. I don't. If you're watching something, that means you're invested and interested. I don't have to come question you and ask me. The most thing I'm gonna tell you, baby, what's going on in the show, what done happened. And then, oh, Pandora's box open. She get to telling me about every character, and I enjoy that. So with her just telling me and explaining what's going on, I don't need no explanation on why you like the show so much. I'm not interested.
I think in some cases it's actually good to know why a person likes what they like. I mean, it's just like for me, I love the games. I can tell you every reason why I watch the show, what shows I watch, why I watch them. I can tell you why I like them. I can tell you why I'm interested in them. Same thing with gaming. I can tell you straight up why I like what I like, and don't have a problem doing it. If someone was to ask me, I don't feel like they're prying. I feel like they're trying to get to know me as a person, regardless, man, female, whoever I'm talking to at the time.
I'm more into the, how can I put this? I'm into the verbal, but I'm more into the way you ask me the question. Because if you ask me, now this is me. If I'm playing something, man, why you like playing that? I'm gonna take it as you're trying to downplay.
No,
but that again, that's I'm gonna take it like you're trying to.
But I think that's part of the issues that we have too as people.
Now, if you
because again, I do understand that it's all about context, how you ask the question, how things are done. But that doesn't mean that
I'm not gonna ask. If you ask me that way, that's how I'm gonna interpret it. Because
but you don't think that's a change that requires a change in thinking pattern sometimes too?
Because then if I do,
because if you see. I get when you say the energy you give off is the energy that you give back.
Now, if you ask me the question like, "Oh man, what makes you play that? What makes you play that versus?"
But see, see again though.
It's a play on words.
No, not necessarily.
No, that's for me. It's a play on words.
But you know, sometimes you have to sometimes you have to elevate your thinking based on the person that you're talking to too.
But
because they might not know no better.
But again, that's why I say a play on words. The way you act something will determine the response you get. Because look at the.
Let me ask you: should you get out of character because somebody else gets out of character?
Depends on the situation.
That situation right there, because they got out of character and came to you and asked you that way. Do you think that is
I'm going to get defensive?
But you shouldn't.
But I am because if someone actually now if my wife came out and said, "Baby, what are you playing that game?" You know, there's nothing else.
I think part of the issue with the whole question that we're having is that
it's the play on words.
No, we're looking at it as wife, girlfriend, this, that, or the third. Let's take the wife aspect out of it.
Oh, and is this a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Man, you can't tell me shit. You can't tell me shit.
But then your relationship will never grow.
Why? It's different from a wife. Now, if my wife say now, again, we're talking on a wife perspective.
See, that's why I'm not saying wife perspective.
No,
you're talking from a wife's perspective.
Now, if this was a girlfriend telling me something I enjoy and you have get with it or get lost. There's more fish in the sea. Because now you ask me why you like playing the game and I explain to you and you don't like the answer and you still think it's a waste of time. Well, I'm done talking to you.
Do you think there should be limits on your game time if you're in a healthy relationship?
I'm in a healthy relationship. No.
You're okay.
You asked me.
Why. But again,
I'm in a healthy relationship.
But what I'm saying when I say health, I want to take. That's why I said let's take the wife.
Saturdays.
That's why I said I take the wife and girlfriend part out.
On Saturdays, if I'm free and I got nothing and I'm taking care of my responsibilities, man, I'll play that game from 6 o'clock all the way down, and my wife won't say a word. My wife might ask, "You hungry? You want to do something?" I'll stop if she want me to. And sometimes I tell her, "Baby, I don't feel like doing nothing, playing the game." She'll say, "Okay, understandable. I'll leave you alone." So no, playing time. What the fuck? Nah. And now, if we're talking from a girlfriend's perspective, you're wasting your time.
Why?
Now, just to say we've been dating for months and you telling me some shit like that. Baby, you wasting your time. You preaching to the choir because it ain't gonna happen. And I'm up front. Because I've told this to people before. Nah, I'll play the game, baby. You don't like that. I'm probably not the guy for it.
Do you think people that play the game the way that some people do deserve to be in a relationship?
Everybody deserves to be in a relationship, find somebody happy.
So would you say gamers should date gamers and gamers only? Or
Hey, you date whatever you attract.
I'm just asking.
You date whatever you attract. Again, I did when I was dating Diamond, she wasn't a gamer. She wasn't. I turned her into one. I turned her into a gamer. She enjoyed the games I was playing. She enjoyed watching. I played games that looked like fucking movies. And she was like, ooh, we've played them interactive games together. We've played it. No, I don't. You attract what you attract. I think the issue is you have to find someone who's open minded. If they're open minded, there's no conversation here. We're open to anything. We either like it or we don't. But if you come in closed minded, man, we don't have shit to talk about because you already deemed it.
But you don't think with the right communication that you can change a person who's closed minded to open minded toward that?
Say it again.
You don't think so you're dealing with a person that's closed minded that don't understand it, right?
Okay.
You don't think by being harsh.
It's not harsh.
No, I'm saying with your hard exterior. That's what I'm saying.
Well, how I'm coming off.
How you're coming off. You don't think you could technically change somebody by changing the way you come?
You can.
By changing the way you come off at them when they ask you those type of
questions. You have to be
questions.
open minded. You expected me to be open minded with you about something. I expect the same.
But this is what the question that I just asked you about. Like, how do you? Well, no, not how do you do that, but it's just like I just said. They want to know why. If this is when that part comes in. This is when you tell them, "Hey, this is why. This is this. This is this." Versus you saying, "I ain't got to ask you." That type of thing.
Well, I don't.
But do you get what I'm saying? It's like they don't know why you do what you do.
Well, for me, again.
No, not you. I'm saying in general. If you're talking to a woman and y'all been dating and she asks you.
If she asks me again, it's all about my mother-in-law always said energy and how you present a question. Now, if your energy's off and you ask me something, and I feel like you're giving me that smug, like it's a smart fuck we got. I'm not answering nothing. Because I see what.
But also at the same time.
But if you're not on that level and you.
But you also know the old saying to kill them with kindness too.
I'm not gonna do that.
But then you run the risk of not. Well, I won't say you run the risk, but then it comes down to where you can literally say, you know what? Well, since you asked me this question, you still can respond in kind without being that way. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I could.
Yeah, you could. Have you tried?
Yeah. And it's blown up. I've told you I've been through this already. I've told women this before. You're not with it, roll out, man. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not. Because if I change who you are, is it okay?
What if they're not changing who you are? What if they're trying to enhance what you are? What if you sit down, this person? So I'm gonna get no. What I'm saying is that I'm gonna give you the whole situation.
Go ahead.
So this ain't even us. This is just a hypothetical situation.
Go ahead.
Boy A, girl A. Boy A is a gamer who loves the game. He loves to do all the things that he does. And girl A really doesn't understand why. So she comes and asks him, so I need to know, why are you playing the game the way you do? What is it about this that keeps you occupied doing what you do? Right? She just asked him that, right? So now
what's the energy like?
No, it's not. It's not even about energy.
No, I'm asking, what's the energy like with the question answer?
No, it's just a question.
That plays a part.
No, it doesn't, because you still have you have the choice on how you respond. Nobody
have a choice on how you come at me.
Well,
Rod, if I come at you like a nigga, you're gonna have a problem.
Not all the time.
Rod,
I'm
if
saying
someone off the street come to you as a nigga, you're gonna have a problem with
No, you don't. It all depends.
No, you are gonna have a problem.
I'm not gonna have a problem with it because
I'm gonna have a problem
with
it.
But that's again, no, that's
speaking to me like you've lost it. Why are you
coming
at me like that?
That don't mean they speaking at you how they lost it.
But
If they say, oh, why you like that? That's not coming off any kind of way.
But energy plays a part.
But that's okay, and you still have the responsibility to where you can say, you know what, you can still answer the question without being going back
And
negative.
you can still ask a question.
But you
without being
can't. But you
negative.
can't control how people talk,
So
and
you,
that's
so
part
you
of.
can't control how I'm gonna come
But
on
again,
at
though, you have the choice, though. Again, that ball is in your court. The point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is you still have a choice in this, regardless of how someone. I get asked some dumb questions sometimes at work, right?
Okay.
And they come off stupid, harsh, however you want to call it, bad energy or whatever. Me as a human being, I have the choice to respond however I want to. I choose to respond in kind. And again, though, again, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody's the same.
But you
I'm not
have, but you,
responding
but
like that.
you have a choice. That's the thing that
Yeah,
I'm saying.
gonna choose my
You have a choice.
to respond the same. You give me the right energy, I'm gonna.
But
give you
everybody's
the right
not going to give you the right energy.
And then I can't give you the, and I'm not.
But again, that's your choice. So again, now it goes back to the question. Now he has.
But
She
you
could
can't deny that energy plays a part.
No, it depends. It depends on the person. It depends on you first of all how you receive energy and how you deal with that. Me, I know people already. I know people already got effed up energy before I even talk to them or how they carry themselves, because I can read that. I know how to read how that is. So for me, if you come to me and I already know what kind of energy you put off all day, I already know how to respond to you and how to deal with you. I can still deal with you in kind without having to sit here and be belligerent or however you want to call it. That's the thing.
Well, I don't gotta be rude. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm not finna.
But that again, that comes back. That's you. Yeah. But what I'm saying is now that this person has came to you, regardless of the energy, and you might like this person, this person might really like this person. You still have a choice in the matter to say, hey, you know what? This is this is why this
So what happens if that energy's still bad?
Once you say that, now you know what type of person that is. That means what they want is not what you want. So now
it's time to roll.
That's the case. If that's the choice you make. But again, though, you have to give them
a chance.
Yeah, because you never know what can happen.
I don't like that.
You have to, because now you're just shutting yourself off from people just because of they might. Again, there's a lot of people that I don't agree with, but I don't shut them off completely. I just don't agree with you.
I just don't like people coming off from. There's a difference of I'm talking to you,
but that might not be rude in their eyes. No. No.
Next to 6.
No. Again.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I know. But again, when
you a bastard.
I am. But at the end of the day, it's all about you being who you are and still having, like I said, remember how I told you.
I don't like that.
But that's how I am, because you can have decorum no matter what. You can have decorum in the face of some of the craziest stuff ever, and you still get what you want.
I just don't like that aspect of I have to basically. You could be an ass wipe to me. I can't be an ass wipe.
No, but that's a choice you choose.
Oh, I'm telling you right now. You don't like.
That's a choice you choose.
I don't like the.
For me, from the standpoint that I come from, it can easily be one or the other. But I choose to be a positive person. I choose to be a person that, hey, you can say what you want to say. It's one ear out the other. You ask the question, I'm gonna give you an answer in those terms. It's just like if someone came to me, so why do you play the game? What is it about the game that has you drawn?
But you see how your tone is?
But see, I can't, no, I'm just saying. No, I've had people come to me in the worst way, worse than how you said. But I would. But see, here's the thing though. Everybody's not that way. That's the gentle tone. I had people come to me. So you mean to tell me all you do is sit around and play the game?
I can't. I'm not responding to a bitch ass to you.
But I will still.
What the fuck going on?
I still will respond and kind of be like, you know what? I do it because of this. I do it because of.
I feel
whatever.
like I'm feeding the jury.
No, you're not, because now what you've done is you've opened up a dialogue with this person because they didn't know anything. They just went off an assumption.
But you came off like a nigga.
Okay. You don't realize the power. The thing is, the power of the tongue is something crazy. Sometimes people will come at you in the worst way, and when they come at you, you'll be like, oh. But then when you hit them, I had one girl at my job, I kid you not. Me and my supervisor were having a conversation. She walked by. We said good morning. You know what she said? Ain't nobody asked you what type of morning you have. She came off. Right?
Cause what we gotta talk about? Bro, what? When you say stupid shit to me, I'm gonna give you a stupid.
But see, here's the thing, though.
Stupid.
This is when I use the term "you rise above everything else." You do.
Conversation with her after that?
You know what? I'm like, I saw her later on. I was like, "You all right?" Because all I did was say good morning. I'm not explaining myself. I just want to know if you okay. Because at the end of the day, I'm just saying have a good morning. And you know what happened? And you know what happened? Her whole attitude changed.
Oh. Bitch, fuck you and your attitude, your morning. I hope it goes bad. I hope you make coffee. That shit's spoiled.
But see again though, you don't.
I can't have that conversation with you.
But see,
because you can't.
But that's growth though as a human being.
Did I destroy your character when I asked you good morning?
No.
This is how
But see, here's the thing: you never know. Some people are raised certain way. Everybody's not raised the same. You know this. So even think about some of the people. Think about some of the people who we've dealt with in our lives together, who we worked with and stuff.
And how did I come off?
I know how you came off, but then all of a sudden, I say the same. They say the same thing to you, and the next thing you know, they come to me and like, you know what? I can't even be mad at you. All you did was say good morning.
Well,
you know why?
We passed that. I don't give a fuck.
But see again though.
Because you did. Now right here's how I see it. You disrespected me for the jump, and I was nice to you. I didn't give a fuck about your morning, bitch. It's the proper thing to do. The moment she said, who said it was a good morning? All right, bitch, go on about your way. I hope it gets worse. Because what we gonna talk about? Because I didn't sleep with you. I didn't fuck up your morning. Somebody else did. That's one thing. So, Rod, you pissed me off. I'm gonna take it off on the next person. I don't care if you come back and apologize. Say, yeah, I had a bad one. That's on me. Well, damn, bitch, you need to do better.
But see, again, though, but again, though, we're too
fucked up.
But see, people, like, for me, I can read, my
was
thing
right?
is, huh?
Was she right for what she did to y'all?
No.
But I don't want to have a conversation.
But here's the thing, though.
I can't. Morally, I can't. Because now, I come to you with all types of respect.
But also, here's the thing though. Some people don't have that bit of home training to understand it.
Man, I'm sorry that your childhood sucked. Mine's didn't.
Here you go buy a dad again, right?
Well, hey, you need to go get you some parents, nigga, so they can teach you. Don't take your problems out on somebody else. Nigga, get you a man. Probably was the man that fucked it up. But I got something. Now you have to give people grace, especially... Man.
And it's the truth. You are absolutely right. It is the truth. See, that's a lesson that you haven't learned yet.
Well, my mama know me.
But that's a lesson that you haven't learned yet.
It's not. No, you assume that.
Jerome, you just sat here and said it yourself.
Because I'm not. Back then, I probably would respect you. But now, I feed off the end. No, we won't have a conversation after this. Because I'm not interested. Now, you're going to come back. You're gonna, good morning, Jerome. I'm gonna look at you. The fuck? No.
But she's right. You should have grace. You do give people grace, especially when they come back and realize.
So when you give them grace and they do that bitch again,
they won't do it again.
Now
because I can speak on that because you know what? That person now doesn't even. We've had conversations.
Because she hasn't had a bad day yet.
It's not even a bad day because no, we've had conversations about her days because she'll come in like, "Can I ask you a question?" So again, it's not about that. It becomes where you have to, as she said, you do give grace. You do have certain things like.
I have a problem with doing that for people because
It's not being fake.
I didn't say fake. I'm saying. For those who know me, I came a long way with my attitude and how I speak to people. Now, if it was the old me, I probably would have said some shit to you. Me now, I'm not going to deal with you because I don't want to run the risk of this happening again because my mind wander and I'm a recovering speech therapist. And what I mean by I'm a recovering speech therapist is the moment you say something out of pocket to me, I'm going to say something out of pocket to you, You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say because they're gonna say I'm
But
mean.
somebody has to be a bigger person or a better person. And I just saw what she said, and yes, they do. People do give you grace. So it behooves
Because
you.
I have a fucked up attitude.
So it's okay for you to have a messed up attitude.
But I didn't come at you with a fucked up attitude. I have a fucked up attitude. Especially when you flip me, we gonna have a problem.
But she didn't flip you. She just.
No, I'm just saying, for everybody who knows me, I have an utmost respect for everyone I have a conversation with. Until you say something to me that's out of pocket. And when you say
I wouldn't say
something
it's.
out
I
of
wouldn't
pocket,
say it's out of pocket. Maybe sometimes because
I'm recovering still.
No, you've been recovering for years.
I'm recovering still.
And
You
the
know
and,
my motto. I'll never disrespect you till you disrespect me.
But do you think that's disrespectful?
To disrespect me first? Hell yeah.
Well, who says that's
God
disrespect?
gives you grace. If you receive it, you must give grace also.
See, he doesn't want to listen to me, and all I'm doing is just being an honest person.
But I ain't one with my Lord all the way.
You can't say that as much as you sit here and try to preach Bible from time to time on
That's
here.
the truth.
No, that's not.
I'm not 100% with my Lord yet. There's some things I'm still working on. I have devilish ways.
You do. You really do.
Speaking of devilish ways, I want to make.
I might not deal with you. See what I'm talking about? See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I have devilish ways. I have devilish ways. And it only happens when people piss me off.
But you have to learn how to not let people.
No, I just don't say nothing. If I am quiet and
You're mad.
And
but that's a problem,
say a
though.
word, I'm cool. That's the grace right there.
That's not grace.
Yes, it is. Because
No,
I'm
it's
not gonna
not.
say anything because I know how far I'm willing to say something and take it. So that's my grace right. If I'm pissed, I don't say nothing because I know me. If I'm mad, I'm gonna say.
But that's a mindset
quiet.
thing, like we just said though. That's a mindset that you have to grow.
Who knows himself. I don't know myself. If you piss me off,
But you can fix that if you wanted to.
Fix it. I say quiet.
No, you can fix that if you wanted to.
So you prefer me to talk when I'm at. You've seen it.
No, let me finish what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is that it is a mindset, but at the same time, what you have to understand is that you can fix that. You can choose to fix it, or you can't. And that's the thing. You can choose to fix that. If someone gets underneath your skin, this, that, and the third, and they come back and say, hey, you know what? I might have made a mistake. That's your opportunity to fix that mindset. Oh, okay.
I only do it with family.
Okay.
What? I'm saying I only do that with family.
But you can do that with anybody.
It's hard for me to do that.
I'm not saying it's not for you. I get it.
It's hard for me to do that.
But you have to be able to willing to try though too.
No, I'm willing to try. I can hear anybody out. Now my family,
no, but we're talking about outside the family too.
Outside the family.
Because you got to think about your coworkers. I don't
give a damn.
You got your coworkers. You got other people that you hang out with, and so forth and so forth.
Give a damn.
I'm just.
Well, if we hanging out at work, I can see to you.
That's not family.
It depends on who it is.
That's not family.
It depends on who it is. Like Nate and them, fact. I deal with Nate. I deal with it. It's just I can't. Now, if I'm mad, let's just say I'm mad with my mother-in-law, I'm mad with my wife, I'm mad with. No, I can have a conversation with them because again, they know me, I know them, they know who I am, and they know how I get, and I can have a conversation with them. Now, if it's somebody else, I can't, because I'm not gonna disrespect my mother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna disrespect my mom. I'm not gonna disrespect my wife. That's how crazy. We get no, but somebody else that if I get quiet, man, I just don't say nothing. And now, just because I get quiet don't mean I'm upset. I'm just, man, I don't want to have, because I know I'm going to say something you might not like. Even though you don't say something that I know To me, many a times people have said something to me out of pocket.
I don't. I
Why
look
would
at
you
it
say that?
when you have. That's why I said sometimes it's not necessarily energy that comes out. It's about how.
But it's that energy.
It's all about how. But you can change that by responding in kind or different.
Right? If I come to you with fucked up energy, grace and all that ain't saving the conversation. It's not, because now I'm sitting there while you wail off on me with words. Did I deserve that? Did I warrant that? If I came with you with all good intentions, hey, good morning. What type of good morning is it? What? Cool. I truly understand, baby. I truly understand.
Sometimes you gotta learn
I can't have a
how to defuse situations.
I'm not gonna.
And
I
that's
don't
what
have to defuse. The moment you're done, because I let you get it off. I let you say whatever you at you angry. I can. We won't be having a conversation like this, because I feel like, damn. What if, like you said?
But again, though, you don't know. Here's the thing that we forget about people.
I just hate.
We don't know what triggers people to do the things that they do.
Good morning.
You don't. Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, it can be a trigger because you don't know what that person woke up to this morning.
How you doing this morning? You okay? You good?
And they come off on, even if you say that. I've had people come off on me like, man, fuck. But because you, again, though,
why would you do that to me?
Because some people don't know how to process certain things.
So
if you don't know
you didn't do that to the nigga that fucked up your morning.
You don't know that. You don't know if she walked down the aisle and told everybody the same thing.
Well, keep that energy with the person. I've always said, if I'm mad at somebody, I'm not gonna. If I'm mad at my wife, right? Let's just say I'm mad at my wife. Then I come to work and take it out on the people that had nothing to do with it. Nothing. Then there's a dude at my job. I ain't gonna say no name. Same thing. You can be nice to him. He good this day. They good that day. They good this day. They're not good this day. Oh fuck, damn. And now it's like there's a pattern. So now I'm supposed to just keep no, I'm not dealing with that.
You know, I'm not saying that you have to.
I shouldn't have to give grace to somebody where grace shouldn't have been given in the first place, because I didn't do nothing to warrant a disrespect.
You don't know what the person woke up to that morning.
Right, that's what you woke up to.
And you know, but again, though,
I didn't come to you like that.
But some people don't know how to process certain things.
That's your business.
No, it's not. That's life.
Your business. It's hard for me to give grace.
It's just like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example.
So is it fair for me to take out my stuff that goes on at the house on a person that do nothing? Is that fair?
If you don't know how to process it, that's what you do.
That's crazy. No. Is it right?
I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
So now I'm gonna take my frustrations out on a person who did nothing to me, who probably had the intentions.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. When a woman goes on their cycle, they mad at everybody. Yes or no?
That's a pass.
No, it shouldn't be a pass based on what you just said.
That's a pass.
How is that a pass? Based on what you just said, that shouldn't be a pass.
Oh, no,
you should get cussed out automatically, just like anything else.
Oh,
but you know,
my wife and my mother-in-law.
But you know, you can't pass. Give it a pass.
Pass.
You get what I'm saying? Now you're giving a pass for you're giving a pass for bad behavior. You're rewarding bad behavior with the pass.
You can't help that.
Yes, you can.
You can help a cycle?
Yeah, I'm not. No. You said hormones. That's not
hormones
a cycle.
Hormones and all that.
No,
it's part of that cycle now.
No,
that's part of that cycle now.
No,
I can show you that part of that cycle now.
The point that I'm making, though, but you're giving a pass for bad behavior still.
That's not a pass.
That is a pass. You saying pass?
No, that's not bad. That's not a pass.
That is bad. That is bad behavior.
What can you do about that?
What did I do to you for you to be angry at me? It's not my fault. You got a cycle. It's not my. Again, it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
That's not the same thing.
Yes, it is. You're giving a pass for bad behavior.
That's human nature.
No, it's not. The same thing I just said is
human nature. No, that's not human nature.
If you don't know how to deal with problems and conflict resolution, that's human nature. That's your human nature.
Thank you. You should leave them alone. I don't play with that. When my mother-in-law and my wife go on that, I don't say a motherfucking thing. I don't say nothing. They need some. The moment that, can you go get this from me? Don't you? Yes. Okay. I don't fucking argue. That pass. That's a pass. I'm not. That's the only. I give you that.
That's not a.
That's
Still
the
bad.
only
That's
time
still
I give
bad.
you a
That's
pass.
still bad behavior.
If you're not on that cycle, if you're on that cycle, I'm giving you a pass.
That's still bad behavior.
But if you off that bitch and you're not on it, no, you can't.
That's still bad behavior, though.
It's something you can't. Thank you. You can't control that. Wait, hold on.
So let me get this straight.
It's like getting mad at a special needs kid. You can't. You can't. I can't get you. That's human. I can't. That cycle joint.
I disagree to the extent it's still bad behavior.
How is it bad behavior?
You're getting a pass for it. So if I'm saying, hey, how you doing? Hold on. Let me explain bad behavior.
Never dealt with a woman
yes, I have.
A bad cycle?
Yes, I have.
Did you leave him?
No.
Why not?
Because it's a difference.
Exactly. Why not?
I didn't have to.
Why not?
Because I don't. It wasn't even bad behavior.
Because you know it's
because
month, right?
But I also corrected it too.
For that week.
But I corrected it too.
What the fuck you corrected?
Simple. I understand that you're going through what you're going through, but you don't have to talk to me that way. Guess what happens then? You corrected the bad behavior.
As you sleep on the couch.
No.
As you sleep on the couch.
No, that's not bad. That's not putting nobody on the couch.
That's putting them on the couch.
That's you. That's again though. But I'm telling you, you can't sit here and reward bad behavior.
That's not a reward.
That is giving it a pass. A pass?
A pass is a reward?
Yeah. You're accepting bad behavior.
That's not accepting. I'm letting it go.
No, that's not letting it go. That's still bad. That's accepting. That's the same thing as accepting and letting it go is the same thing. That's promoting bad behavior.
That's not bad. It's human nature for them to go, wow.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Every woman doesn't do that.
Shit. Everyone I went through.
That's you.
You get cursed out. I'm telling you, I don't know what you're talking about. Every woman I've dealt with been a different animal and the beast at the same time. I don't know what the fuck that.
That's your life.
Nothing against my wife. But when birds come on, animal. When my mother-in-laws come on, nothing against animal. I don't say shit.
But see, here's the thing.
I don't say shit because I know what's going. They get the yelling, the hollering.
I'm gonna say this. We'll agree to disagree.
I know how to stay out. I know how to stay out the fire because I know what's gonna happen.
But see, here's the thing. I will sit here and say I agree to disagree with that because if you correct bad behavior,
how do you correct the period?
No. You can correct the attitude.
How?
Like I just said.
If they eventually or have any knowledge that this shit going on. Cause
they are.
Cause soon as that
they tell you, oh, I'm on my cycle. And
wow.
Cool.
And then at that point, that bitch go off, they are the sweetest people in the world.
Because at this point right there, you've already said, they've already told you, I'm on my cycle. So in your mind,
so don't take what I say personally.
No, but I still won't let you talk to me any kind of way.
You know how many times they told me that? Don't take what I say personal. Is this that time? I say, okay. When she get the yelling, ooh wee. I know what to do.
No, because you still can correct bad behavior.
What are you correcting?
Attitude. I don't care if. Now here's the thing.
You're willing to start an argument.
I'm sympathetic to a point where if you're in pain, this, that,
you're willing to start an argument.
I'm not starting an argument.
Yes, you are.
All I'm saying is
the moment you say what's how you talk to me.
Excuse me. No, because there should be boundaries regardless.
Boundaries.
Yes, you're still not going to disrespect me because of that. That's you.
I don't play with that attitude. You're crazy.
But again, that's you. I'm not finna sit here and say it's okay.
Correct yourself and help out so she can relax by that and go
and that's the same thing. You're still correcting the issue because again, there's still a level of respect that should be had, regardless if a person.
Not in that week.
Yes, it is.
Not in that week.
That's your opinion.
Not in that week.
That's your opinion.
Hey, sometimes, if this ain't the battle I can win.
It's not a battle. It's just
a fucking battle.
It's just basically saying, hey, don't talk to me that way. I understand that you're going through what you're going through.
That. They told me who the fuck you think you talking? Oh yeah, you're right.
That's your life.
What? The nerve of this nigga to come tell you watch how to talk to me. I'm sitting there like, damn, did I really? I said something.
That's you. That's you.
I don't play with that, with the devilish work. I don't play with that. No.
That's you. But I'm being 100 with the whole thing. You can still correct bad behavior.
That's not bad behavior.
It's bad. It's a bad attitude. Is not bad behavior. Regardless if it's for a week or 5 days, however long her cycle lasts. That's not bad behavior.
No. Right. If I could show you that this is a thing within most women, because it's a fact. This ain't an opinion. This is a fact that women go through this every month. That their hormones and everything changes, and their outlook and things. If I can prove it, which I can, because that is a fact. That is known for that to happen in most women, to have a change of attitude.
But again, though, you don't have to accept it. You
it's
don't.
human nature.
No, you don't have to accept it.
It's like telling that ink don't scratch your ass, even though it's part of your
If I'm sitting here, you sitting here telling me that. If you're sitting here telling me, hey, I'm on my cycle, this, that, and the third, and then I'll say, okay, cool, whatever happens. But then when I actually
whatever happens.
No, let me finish. That's cool. I understand that you're on your cycle. Cool. Now here comes the next part. You might go in there and say, hey, and she gives you all this attitude for no reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you have the power to correct that. You can literally say
when you use the word correct.
Because it's the truth. You correct bad behavior. Yes or no? It is bad behavior. If you got an attitude with me and you're cussing at me and I ain't doing it to you.
You ever been now a woman who respects you, of course, won't be completely disrespectful, but we ignore. Now listen, that's my wife now. I want you.
Who said it's snappy?
Now, listen to me.
I read what she just said. Who said it's snappy?
And I'm finna correct that. That motherfucker lying. You can believe that she ain't on her shit now. That motherfucker lying. Animal beast. Animal beast. Can you be the same animal and the same beast? What the fuck does that mean? No, liar.
But it's
now. Did you see my mother-in-law? She told you, get out the way, cause animal beast. You crazy.
I go back to what I just said.
Crazy. I don't play with that.
I go back to what I said.
On my mama, she lying.
I ain't got nothing to do with what y'all talking. Whatever y'all got going on, that's y'all. I'm just speaking the fact.
So this is what you do, right? Imagine she on the cycle. She tell you, I'm on that cycle. Oh, okay. Cool. Now I know I'm on alert. Watch what you say. I come to her, baby, what you like to eat? What the fuck you think I like to eat? What type of shit is that?
And I'm sitting there like, God. At that point, go get her food.
I'm telling you, you've ever been there? Because I've been there. I've asked what y'all want to eat. And waterwork, fire. No, this is this. Why this gonna make? I was like, God damn, I just wanted a 4 for 4. So is that a no on the 4 for 4?
See, again though, this is why I said every situation ain't the same.
I know me. I ain't crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I've studied.
Yeah, I'm older than you, so I've been dealing with it longer.
I've studied. I have the regimen. Fuck out the way.
So it goes back to, again, like,
I'm not in there.
If you sit here and condone what she's doing and not correct it, because that's what it is.
I'm not correcting nothing. I'm not trying to punch that ticket to WWE. I'm not. Cause okay, let's go with your logic. Baby, don't fucking talk to me like that. I don't like it when you speak to me.
You ain't gotta say it like that.
Okay, my bad.
See, that's why you get cussed out right there.
My bad.
That's exactly why you get cussed out.
Let me say it the right way. Baby, don't talk to me like that. I don't appreciate you speaking to me like that. If we can refrain from speaking to me, yes. What, you a bitch or something? What the fuck you talking about?
But that's you though. That's you though. So I can't say
I'm dealing with beasts. They're beasts. And I'm not talking bad about my mother-in-law and my wife. Beast animals.
Well, you're gonna be underneath the house when you
but they know it. Animals.
You finna be underneath the house when you get home.
Animals. I stay the fuck out the. Whatever they ask, I do it. I don't care what. If she tell me, hey, you think you can do the shingles on the roof? Alright, I'm up there. I don't play with. They want something. The moment she say, "Can you bring me some cigarettes?" Man, I already got it. I don't play no. I don't play no game because I've been around. When you been around something so long, and you can't,
I never had those issues though.
Shit, I've had.
So, cause I've always once I see certain things, I'm automatically inclined to use my word because I know you hate. I know correct it.
So they go with that correct.
Cause it's the truth. You can correct someone without being belligerent.
When they put their foot in your ass, and then you wonder why you got the foot.
That's the
women.
That's the women that you deal with.
They're crazy. Hey.
I was about to say something else, but you know what? We having fun here.
They crazy.
Go to the next.
Now this is my favorite part because I've been waiting all day for this. You white folk make me motherfucking sick. Motherfuckers. Listen to me and listen to me good. And I'm only talking to white folk because these are the only people who doing this. Listen to me, white folk. I love you, white folk, man. Y'all good people. Listen. Stop it. Stop playing with the Ouija boards.
Oh. Stop
going to these Stop leaving your home to see haunted shit. See my mother? No, okay. Beast, animal. Listen, you white folk, I'm telling you, stop it. Listen, I get it. Y'all like the supernatural shit.
I like a little supernatural. I like a little supernatural.
That's fine. Let them people on TV do it. It's fake. It ain't real. Stop. I see all the white folk going there taking pictures with the Annabelle doll, and but you know that shit curve. Why? What? They want to touch it, Rod. I bet my life on it, Rod. They're either planning on trying to steal that doll, attempting to steal that doll, have plans to steal that doll. And I'm telling you now, the moment that white folk try to steal, because it's going to be white. It ain't going to be black. Niggas don't play with that. They don't play with that.
You sure about that?
No, they don't. All them pictures I've seen been white.
I can show you 3 guys that have a TV show where they take some paranormal.
No, that's different.
How that's
different? Shit fake. That's fake. We talking about.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
That shit fake.
No, I'm finna let you in on a little secret.
Stop playing with them.
I'm finna let you in on a little secret.
You play with Ouija boards?
No.
You enjoy that?
No.
Would you do it?
No.
Why not?
Because I was raised in the church.
Okay, thank you. So we're not doing stupid shit.
Let me finish. Come on. For every myth, rumor, legend, ghost story, there's a little bit of truth behind all of it.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, we do a little TV show. We talk about it.
No.
When
you go to these places,
I don't know how them niggas did it. Yeah, I'm just gonna be for real. Them niggas make me sick. They do. What you doing? What you doing? We going to haunted places. We just got to find out why.
Because it's a curiosity. What? Because some people have had experience in their life where
keep it to yourself and keep it going.
No,
you lived, didn't you?
No, but let me explain something. People have had experience in their life where they swear they've seen apparitions, specters, ghosts.
That's cocaine. That's cocaine.
Everybody don't know. Everybody don't do cocaine.
That's marijuana.
It's not marijuana. You see, there you go. You're just trying to justify your thoughts on this.
Ain't no
there are people that are saying that don't do none of that. That have really had, and I had a personal experience. That's why I gravitate towards something.
I've had a personal experience, right? But guess what? I'm not trying to go investigate it.
But here's the thing, though. For me, had I had the tools, I probably would have. No, I'm being honest with you.
And guess what? I'm being honest with you. Your ass would have been dead. You would have been dead.
See, my level is different because here's the thing. My grandma on my dad's side passed away.
Okay.
When she passed away, I was going through some things. So one night I was up playing my game, doing what I do, and I'm being 100 with you right now. This is some true stuff. So I'm up. I was playing my game, and I had a chair, something similar to that right there, over in the corner, and I'm just playing my game, and I kept hearing my name being called. My grandma would always call me Lil Rod because there was two of us. I had a cousin who had the same exact name, but she would always call me Lil Rod. So I'm like, I didn't hear the lip part, but I kept hearing Rod. So I turned over and looked, and in that corner, in that chair, was my grandma talking to me.
Did you go about your business after you seen that?
No, you can't dismiss. You can't dismiss.
No, that's fine. I'm gone.
No, I didn't.
I'm gone. I'm out of there. Rod, I'm gone. I'm gone. Rod. As a kid.
And this was not a kid. I was grown.
I would have been mega gone.
I was grown. I was 35 when this happened, when my grandma passed.
I'm out the door.
And I'm sitting here trying to figure. Even to this day, I still try to figure out
why. No,
because there was a reason for it.
Okay, that's fine. You don't need to know the reason.
Yes, I do.
There's no, you seen it for the last time and call about the day.
No, because the reason came back down the line. Later on, what she was trying to tell me. So again.
What she trying to tell you? Well, is it personal?
Yeah.
That you niggas make me sick. Because you guys trying to figure, I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Because I'm scared. Ron, I'm scared. I'm gone. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gone.
So again,
the moment I hear,
but the point that I'm making when I say that is that when we as people have this insatiable knowledge to understand things that happen to them. So there are people who are on these shows who said they've had these experiences that caused them to want to know more about it. Not saying that, outside of the Annabelle, we're gonna leave that alone because I don't mess with that. That's one thing I don't do.
Oh, but that's crazy. Stop it. I get it. Something off the wall happened. You can't explain it. Rod, I'll tell you something from my childhood. So, as a kid, of course, in New York, and I lived where we lived at. We had, my babysitter. Well, he called her one of my best friends. He was my babysitter. We spent the night at, I want to say it was his cousin's house, Emmanuel. Mm-hmm. And, I don't believe me. Ask my boy Roy Rasquez, that's my brother. As kids now. Now, I don't know if it was fate. I don't know if it was. He said, hey, my sister's dolls move at night. Hold on, Charles. Hold on. Stizzy. No, get away from me. You scratched me, my boy. I don't like you like that. You scratched me. And that hurts.
Ladies and gentlemen, for y'all that don't know,
that's a fucking rat.
This is not a rat. This is my child. She's very excitable. Hey, Storm.
She would have got down.
Calm down.
Dogs love me. I'm the dog whisperer.
Okay, you just said that.
I know. So, okay, we gonna sit right here.
She ain't gonna sit still. I can tell you that now.
We're gonna be. You can fight. I'm sure. I don't like dogs like that. I got a dog. So, he said, oh, the dogs move at night. And I'm telling that nigga, you sound stupid. That's not real. Rod, as God is my witness. We was in there, them bitches moved. I don't know, they remote control. But there was some old porcelain shit. I was like, no, these bitches moving. Rod, I never wanted to find out about any of it. Because I don't need to know. What? White people, you don't. Niggas too. You don't need to know.
Maybe we do.
Why?
Because
you know what? You know what comes out of wanting to know?
what?
Dead.
Not all the time.
Cursed.
Hate
Cursed. You're cursed.
No.
Satan. The
No,
devil.
no, that's not true.
666.
There you go.
You don't need to investigate. Rod, I hear creep. Yeah, I ain't going there. It's okay. Let that shit creep. I don't need to know. What? You ever heard curiosity killed the cat?
I was gonna respond to that, but I was gonna say something else. But you know that we're a PG show, so I can't say what I'm about to say.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that.
I mean that's cool. That's you, but
crazy.
No, it's not that. But there's always the effort to learn something else.
You don't need to learn. What you learning?
Why people have unfinished business or whatever?
I don't need to know that because whatever happened, that's your business.
My grandma came back and told me what I needed to hear,
and that's great.
So,
but you didn't go grab a Ouija board and talk about I need to get the answers.
Excuse me.
That's crazy. That is insane. Some people with that Annabelle doll, they're gonna steal that doll, Rob.
I mean, I can't do nothing about the Annabelle doll. I told you that.
And when they steal that doll, Lord have mercy.
I can't say nothing. About that there.
When they steal that doll.
Well, the doll is in a prison in West Virginia right now. No, it is. I just saw it today.
It's in Virginia now?
It's in West Virginia.
This shit is traveling all countries because they dead. You know, Lauren and them dead.
Well, but they also told them though. You know, they told them when they died, don't do that.
They doing it. Right. I'm not. They make these movies for a reason.
I agree with you.
I'm good. I don't need to know. I'm not taking a road trip to see some fucking dog.
People are doing that though.
Fucking crazy. You want to put your face next to the glass. If I gotta do anything that requires me to throw holy water.
You said it requires you to throw holy water?
Yeah, you didn't know the things they gotta do? If you come in there, you gotta throw holy water on yourself, wash your hands. Oh no. You keep that. I don't want that. If I gotta do that, Rod, I don't belong here. I don't belong in here. The supernatural is, but on the list of other supernatural things, you don't know people had a problem with the White House burning down?
What? You talking about the plantation? That was a plantation.
They called it the White House.
It was a plantation.
The White House.
It was a plantation.
The White House.
It was a sugarcane plantation.
They called it the White House.
Okay.
Now, people said, "Oh, I can't believe you." You trying to bite me? I get rough too. Now, people said, "I can't believe that historic monument is stolen."
Well, first of all, it is a slave plantation.
They held slaves. That's not fucking historic.
It is historic to some. You have to remember, Louisiana was part of the South during the Civil War.
Do you know the South was not the only place that held slaves?
No, but it was one of the bigger places that held slaves.
Man, that wasn't no Kawiki thing. Them niggas was still there. They said, nah, let's end this. Now, it's one thing to, how can I put this? Well, we know it's a plantation, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Slaves were here.
Okay.
Slaves gone.
Mm-hmm.
We years down the road now.
Have you been to Charleston?
I don't go nowhere slaves be.
You've never been to Charleston, South Carolina?
Yes, I have. Right. I am not taking no fucking... I'm not taking no pictures. I'm not taking no tours. I'm not taking no fucking tour. Right, people were getting married there. Oh, yeah. That was bound to burn down. They was like, these... All right, now, I get it. We here now. But, no. That shit deserved to burn down. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Burn. They sitting there watching that shit burn like a motherfucker too, and enjoying it. Cause they was like, finally, this bitch is gone. We can move on.
Now, mind you, it did catch fire twice.
What are the chances? It go away. It go away. It go away one time. And now it said, it ain't done. We got more to burn. Right? You can see in the horizon all the slaves looking at him like, yes. Yes. Finally, our souls can be set free. No, I didn't like that. I did not like that. Damn. We got tours here, people getting married here, people rolling around in the, oh, look. White folk. Well, that's not no monument. No, what's a historic landmark? What about a plantation home is an historic landmark?
Because it was during that time. Some people actually like Civil War history and the North versus South stuff. There are people that like that. Really, it is.
Slaves were here.
I mean, true enough, but still, there are people. You have people who enjoy Civil War monuments and stuff like that want to see all of this stuff and so forth and so forth.
What are you gonna see at a plantation?
Just how it looked and how big the fields were,
and where the niggas were at. Please, someone show me where the niggas were. I gotta see. No, I don't want to see. Scared you, didn't I? I don't want to see that. Right, I don't want to see that. Enough of my ancestors has been burned, whipped, enslaved, capital R. I don't need to see that. No, it deserved to burn down. Finally.
I would never sit here and say monuments need to be burned down.
What the fuck? No, that needed to go.
Like I said, have you been to Charleston?
That needs to go too.
So you burn down the whole city?
Why not?
Everybody didn't do anything. Everybody didn't do wrong in the city. So you're going to punish the city for...
We're known for owning slaves. And the one thing that is a big reminder that we own slaves was this big ass plantation house.
So do you know about all the plantation houses in the state of Georgia?
They need to be burned down.
Do you know Stone Mountain is a...
That's the first that needs to go.
Is a literal Civil War. It's literally a Civil War.
That's the first that needs to go.
It's a Civil War monument.
That's the first that needs to go. Stone Mountain needs to be burned to the ground. It's possible. Oh, they at that White House, all them rocks burnt up. Them shit's charcoal black. No, Stone Mountain needs to be the first one to go.
So you have a problem, even though even though that is part of our history, unfortunately.
That's use a great word.
But
unfortunately.
But that is still part of our history. Unfortunately.
The good part or the bad part?
Let's see. Some of the best songs came from Negro spirituals.
Get the fuck out of here!
I'm just saying.
Burn
speaking.
that shit need to be gone.
Where did we learn all of our family values from?
Slavery? That's a good thing.
I'm not. See here. That's what you're missing my point. I'm not saying slavery is a good thing. You didn't hear me say that. The only thing that I am saying is that it's part of our history. We embrace our history. Let's be clear. People embrace the fact, because if that was the case, you wouldn't hear people running here, turn around, talking about our 40 acres and a mule.
And Stone Mountain needs and all the
I'm not saying it. And you do have people going around. They have their protests and everything and so forth and so forth.
Come on. It's a huge reminder.
It is a reminder that racism is still alive in the United States.
And someone is not going to sell to me that, it's not no big deal. It's just that.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. It is a big deal.
That shit makes
but
me
also
think about we're going fine, and even if it doesn't seem like we're going fine, the way y'all portray it, Stone Mountain to be this also family environment, and also, I went to Stone Mountain with Zeke. Remember Zeke boy? Yeah, permed out, perm African. And only went there because I wanted to hang with him, and he said he wanted to climb the mountain. I was like, at first, I was like, see, of course, someone like him wouldn't understand. But, that's my friend. I said, fuck it, let's go. Because he didn't want me being in the park, Rod, I felt it all. I felt, I felt unwanted. Even though, of course, no one said, oh, you can't. I felt unwanted. I felt that I should not be. This ain't the place I need to be. I feel I'm walking on where slaves used to just be here.
Well, do you not understand that 95% of the city of Atlanta?
It's not only the South. You keep saying the South. There was more places. There were more places that owned slaves.
What I'm saying is that you're saying that you feel like you don't belong, but at the same time, 95% of where we stay at is all slave land.
Okay, cool. You see it?
Yes.
Oh, you on it?
Yes. There are markers all over Jonesboro. I mean, the movie Gone with the Wind, prime example, was here in Georgia, in Jonesboro.
Okay, and it needs to be burned down. I'm not on that. My stance still stands. That shit is a reminder of the hostile and the stuff our people went through. I'd say yes, it needs to be gone.
I can't do that.
It needs to be gone. I want to remember something like that. That's a big remembering how they held us down and what they did to us. No, that's crazy. No, I think that is the biggest load of debauchery I've ever heard. Let's go visit the plantation. Oh, this is what
you don't see. But see, here's the thing: you don't see us saying that.
Yes, actually I do.
I don't.
Actually, I talked to my mother-in-law about this earlier. Portia went on there. The Underground Railroad, I thought it was a train. Remember that? And she had this shit in the uproar when they went to go. I was like, no, that shit.
She don't know that.
That's
some people don't know that.
I to see it. Now, it's one thing if it's standing there, yeah. But for it to be glorified like it is, like how that place was. But that was and I'm only using Louisiana because that's what was where that place was. We use it as touring. We use it people get married. We use it for people to what? I was like, what games they had on there? Catch the nigga. We gonna play catch the nigga in the field? Who can pick the most cotton, y'all? No, that shit, no. I'm sorry, that needed to burn down. It needed to. I don't see nothing. You can feel the air breathe, if that makes sense. You can feel the air breathe when that shit burned down. Because you have people, oh no, look it. Oh, it stopped. We might be able to salvage it. That bitch started again.
So you think that
everything slave-like should be removed.
You can't
send it to.
It's part of American history.
Like
and it's not going to. And the thing is, it's not going to go nowhere because it is part of America.
You don't think that's a hindrance?
No,
I think it is.
It's not a hindrance.
My mother said that right. Yeah, it's a hindrance.
I don't think it's only a hindrance if you let it be a hindrance.
No, it's always gonna be a hindrance. Always, it's always gonna be there. There's always gonna be a stain. It's a stain. It's a stain on American history, and sadly, we're that stain they're talking about. No, all that shit should be burnt down to the ground. Get rid of it. Get rid of anything that's slave-like. Get rid of it. Shackles, chains. What if that's
jobs?
Gone. Fuck it. Don't give a damn. What? Get that shit up out of here. The first congen, destroy it. Get that. Why you think people keep drowning at Lake Lanier? And man, enough people in them. Right. You know the story of Lake Lanier. Got to be motherfucking kidding me. Man, gone. Burn the lake down. Burn the lake.
I don't think you want to drain that lake.
Oh, because then the niggas coming out of that water. because they ain't forget angry. No, man. Being all truth, it needs. It needs to stop.
You can't erase something that's part of who.
Yes, you can't. No, you can't erase? They're getting ready to erase it out the history book.
No.
They're getting ready to take it out of the book, out the school system. Yeah, give it. If we're gonna do that, give it up, all of it. You wanted to make it seem like it didn't happen? Cool. Let's get rid of it because it needs to go. It's a stain. It's just. I've seen people who walk past, look at it, and just start tearing up out of nowhere. I was like, no, that is a stain. It's a hindrance on people who actually give a damn. I just say that.
I guess it don't move me in that way because I don't look at it as a hindrance. I look at it from a standpoint of where we came from.
We here now. Bob, we're here now. I don't need a remembrance of how we evolved. Trust me, we've had years of them remembering
but it doesn't,
where we came from.
Here's the thing that we always have to take into account when it comes to the Civil War and racism and all of those things. It's always been a choice. Not our choice, but it's always been a choice. Even now. No, all of it.
Which part has been a choice?
Now, these days, it's a choice whether you can sit here and bathe in the sorrow and misery of how it makes you feel.
It's not that.
Yes, it is, because that's the trigger. That. Because you just said, when you just said,
you look at
because
of them, it look like they crying in the statue. You showing me a chapter of Africans chained up. You're showing us stuff that people are looking at.
I think it needs to be around because people do need to know.
For how long?
Everybody needs to know their history because you got to think about it. Some of them that came over, they're white.
But even the history's a lie.
It all depends on what part of history you're looking at.
Even the history's a lie. They tell you Obama was the first black president. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. And my boy Nate hooked me up with the thing. I forgot to look it up. No, he wasn't. You know what? Only difference was he was a president. He just wasn't a president of the United States. He was one of the colonies. He was a president. And that means he was elected. They elected a black man. You don't get that. You wouldn't have known unless someone told you. There's so much. We talk about history when history's been a lie. When most of your damn near all of them, it's us. It's us. We are 95% of the history. Rod, they told me about Christopher Columbus. How can you discover something that was never lost? Rod, that's like I went in your fridge. Look, I found a ham sandwich.
And here's the problem with what you're saying. The problem with what you're saying is that everything is from a point of view. Your point of view may be this. This person's point of view will be this. So you have to, like I told you earlier, they meet in the middle, and the truth is what's in the middle.
So what part's the truth? The part they give you that they say this is the part of history that wasn't correct? Or the part of history when you go do your homework and find out, damn, this is it. Look at this. How many people do you know get the real facts on history? That's why I was never against them in Florida taking it out to schools.
I think it's a travesty.
Because I think it's a lie.
Personally, I think it's a travesty that they're taking it out of school.
I think it's a lie. They're not giving you the first 5 pages. Black history goes more farther than Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, maybe a few slave stories in there, Abraham Lincoln. I thought my mom has one of my books, history books in school, when I was in high school. And that's exactly how that shit goes. I'm just flipping through the pages. We're not even a full section. No, fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah, take it out, because it's a lie. I'd rather you take out a lie and my kids don't know that it's a lie.
How is it a lie?
It is. Because Black history is more than
But you got to also remember who's no. You also have to remember who's writing these books.
So it makes it right.
I'm not saying it makes it right, but you also have to remember who is writing these books.
The same people who wants to take it out of school. I'm okay with that. It's a lie. You're lying. It's a lie.
So you don't teach black kids nothing. And that's what
it's a lie.
But no, you
teach
don't.
Them the truth.
So you're
teach them the truth. You're teaching them. So I'd rather go off a book that's lying. That none of that shit's true. I'm gonna go off something that's not true.
But you have black parents.
That's giving you okay.
You have black parents.
Well, let them tell me. I'd rather them tell me than a book that's giving me pages of my bad. Not even a full section. Because I can bring you the book. It wasn't even a full section. We're probably when I'm looking at, we're probably maybe 10 pages, and then everything else went back. I was like, no, that's crap. No, yeah, take that shit out. It's a lie. We want to teach kids off a lie. We're not going to teach them off the truth. Black History Month is more than a month. We have enough history to last us 3-4 months. June 19th, what is that?
No, we don't know what Juneteenth. We know exactly what it is.
What is that, Rob?
That's the actual.
For the people to know.
That's the actual day that the slaves found out they were free.
You can't celebrate that. Some people get it, some people don't.
No, you can't. It's a federal holiday now.
No.
It is a federal holiday.
Oh, yeah. I don't get off. I still work. My mother-in-law still works.
I get a diversity day, so it's not even a matter of me having it off.
There's people who still work. Rod, what's crazy to me, because I always looked at how people don't fight for things. Nobody had no job to fight for. I ain't gonna tell you what it was. But nobody fought for it. That should be.
We didn't have to fight for it at my job. They automatically gave it to us.
And so here's the thing. But that's your job. My mother-in-law don't get it. I don't get it. Diamond don't get it. Well, I don't know. I'm about to ask her if she do. But June 19th is the actual day, like you said, that we were free.
No, that was the day we found out we were actually free.
My bad. Freed. You still were free.
No, you were freed when he did that mention.
You weren't even free then.
No, you were free. Listen to what I'm saying. You were free then. The problem is you didn't find out until June 19th when it came out. So it's not saying it is not there. It's just that's when they actually found out.
So tell me, in what history book, because you can look it up on the curriculum and books they have, is that in that book?
No, it's not.
Why is it not in that book?
Because this is something that just came about. Juneteenth
is it a lie or is it true?
No, it's the truth. But it's only been around for how long?
So now, but how long has that truth been a thing? It just didn't happen.
No, it's been there, but again.
But why has it not been publicized?
It always comes down to who writes what. No matter how we look at it, no matter what we say, we are not in charge of what gets published.
Why would I publish a lie?
It's not a lie.
It is a lie.
No, it's not a lie. What?
In the book it says the day that Abraham Lincoln did it. That wasn't the truth.
No, it was the truth. You're misinterpreting the words. The words say that's when they found out. They had been freed.
So why did they
had been freed?
If that's the case, why did Abraham Lincoln free us?
There's not a problem with him freeing us.
No, the point. Did he free us?
Yes.
Cat. I say bullshit. Another run. Me and my mother always talk. He didn't free us because of the kindness of his heart. How you free something and you got slaves? You got them. That's the reason why they shot that.
I'm not dealing with your conspiracy.
No, it's not no conspiracy. It's the truth.
It's not.
It's the truth. But you'll see the 4th of July celebrated like a motherfucker. You'll see that celebrated like hell.
Maybe you be in the wrong part of town, but I know how they celebrate Juneteenth where I'm from and what I do.
They just now started doing it. So what's the difference? How they do it and they just started doing it. You said they just started doing it. They've
been celebrating Juneteenth for the last...
Since it came out.
I'm going to say the last 2 years.
years.
No, it's been more than 2-3 years, my friend. Way more than 2-3 years.
Right. People really started doing... Because listen to what you did. They just announced it as a national holiday. Right.
No. They just decided... No, listen to what I'm saying. They just made it a national holiday. but it has been around. Just like Martin Luther King had been around. Martin Luther King Day had been around for years, and they never made it a federal holiday for a long time.
Why?
Who made it a federal holiday? I'm trying to remember which president made it a federal holiday. It's not about why.
Why? It's about why.
What's the why then?
It's about why.
What's the why?
Why would they do it now? Now
why? No, I'm
why
asking you why. I'm asking you why. Since you know the why?
Make ends to amend.
They've been doing that for years, though, for everything.
So I'm saying, I'm sorry, Ron. No, I'm not against them taking them out because it's a lie. I'm not against.
It's not a lie.
If that's the case,
it's not a lie.
If that's the day they freed us, why is it not in the book?
Again, who writes the book?
Exactly.
So that's not a lie.
Who wants to take it out the book? It is a lie. We have more history than 10 pages.
Maybe you had 10 pages.
I can see you in the book. My mom had it.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Right.
Maybe you had 10 pages. Maybe somebody else is.
Biden made it a holiday.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Biden made it a holiday.
Right. But again, though, he made it a holiday. But again,
and I wonder how long did it take for that to make it a holiday?
Listen to what I'm saying.
4 years. How long you been dead since then?
Biden is not dead.
No, not him. I'm talking about Martin Luther King. How long has it been since that's happened? Since they made Juneteenth a holiday?
What? When he was in office? I'm not
So
looking at. But see,
you're looking. 4 years for that to happen.
You're looking at semantics versus
it's
looking at.
Semantics, it's the truth.
It's not the truth.
It's the truth.
Well,
why is it not in the book? Show me in any book that's in.
Again, I'm not saying it's not in the book.
Is Obama's your first black president?
What I'm saying is this. Everybody's version of black history is different. Yours is different from mine because we went to school in different time periods. So there's different things. So yeah, I had all kind of stuff in my book.
Was that?
No, I'm not saying Juneteenth was in the book. What I'm saying though, everybody's opinion of black history can be different. It's not saying that your opinion might be, it's more than 5 pages. It's only 5 pages.
Okay.
For me, it's more than 5 pages.
Is it more than a month?
Yes, we have enough history to do that. But again,
why is it?
But everybody. But here's the thing: everybody. Women's health is a month. Mental health is a month. Everybody has that. It might not mean to you what it means to other people. So you can't just say you can't say that. It doesn't matter.
Now watch this.
No,
we're everywhere.
You can't. No, you can't.
We're everywhere.
Women are everywhere. Mental health is everywhere.
No.
So you can't say that.
If slavery is everywhere you turn, like you said, it's the whole South. It's the whole Atlanta. We're only a month.
Okay, so it's okay. It's still saying the same thing.
No one's taking away from nowhere. I'm not taking nothing away.
But that's what you're doing by saying it's only a month.
Let's be clear. You just said
as long as you have it where you need where it's here. But again, though, just because it's a month doesn't mean that's what it. There are people who deal with it.
So do we deserve more than a month?
I can't say that.
Why we? So
I can't sit here and say that. Everything has its equal time. Everything has its equal time.
True or false? Are we half of the history? We're majority of the history.
We're not.
We're majority of the history.
You can't say that. Because even before they had slaves, there were people here before then. There were Indians here before then.
What happened to them?
They got relocated. They did that.
Was it relocated or extinguished?
No, it was relocated. They pushed them west.
Where they at?
They're in the west.
Now I watched a documentary on that. How like a whole tribe just disappears. That don't happen. It does not happen when something disappears.
You have to be careful with what you watch. Just like you.
What you mean? Like you have to be careful what you watch.
I understand that.
Because Ron, you're not going to tell me. You can't explain to me that us as black people, we're one, right? We're majority of the history. Ron, who made the light bulb? Who made the traffic stop?
So you basically
who made the cotton gin?
You're basically sitting here saying this invention versus that invention. This invention. I can't do that.
What are you talking about? It's not that.
That's what you just did.
History that's not being discussed. That's the problem. It's history that's not being discussed. We are majority of the history. We made the inventions.
But that might be you. That might be your opinion.
So we're not.
No, I don't think that way.
We're not. So if we're not, when that place burned down, why did they make it a point of emphasis that slaves were there and it was a
Because
slave
it was
trade?
a plantation.
Oh, exactly.
That had nothing to do with the fact of it burning down.
What you mean?
You're reading into it as though it's like,
What you mean?
oh, it's a plantation, it's this, it's that. No. There's plantations in the city. There's plantations all over. So again, it's not saying that you're saying it's a good thing that it went down. For some people, yes. For some people, no. That's your opinion.
So was it a good thing that it went
No.
down? Why not?
Because it's a landmark.
Oh,
Regardless of how you might feel about slavery, it's a landmark.
Oh,
There are people of America, period. I'm an American citizen.
Okay.
I am a Black American.
Okay.
I understand what Black people went through. I know what it is. And for some people, it's a tough pill to swallow. I'm sorry, but I'm not one of those people that think that things should be erased because they're bad. I can't do that. There are things out here that we might not like, that we might not agree with. But I'm not going to sit here and say it was okay. There's whole military forts that are named after people that was in the South. Do I think they need to be destroyed and all that? No.
So the Confederate flag should still be flying.
It's part of the state's history, yes.
Even
though what people
you're a citizen.
It doesn't fade me in that way to where I feel like it should be destroyed. No, history is history regardless of how you like it or not. There are people still in Germany that, pardon my French, that still believe Hitler wasn't wrong for what he was doing.
Do you believe he was wrong?
Genocide, yes.
Why?
But that's my opinion.
So
killing anybody because you think you're a superior race is bad. But again, though, it's part of history. Huh?
Didn't that happen to him?
Yeah. But again, though, we wasn't there.
I'm just saying.
We wasn't there, and that was part of history. So I can't deny that. But what I'm saying is all history.
If you can go back in history, would you go back to?
No, you can't. No. I couldn't. No, I wouldn't. Because the way things are is the way they're supposed to be.
I'm just saying, if you can go back in time, would you go back?
No.
Why not?
I wouldn't change anything.
No, I didn't say change.
No, I wouldn't go back in time. No.
Why
I wouldn't.
not?
Because it's not my place.
Is that the only reason?
Yeah, that's it. It's not my place. My place is here.
Not a horrific time?
No.
Not a horrible
time. It is what it was. It was a bad time. I'm not going to lie. It was. But that's not my place.
You think the ancestors deserve that?
What do you mean?
Do you think the ancestors felt the same way? That it's not my time.
Yeah. I think because you have a choice in anything that you do, regardless. And what I mean by that is that when you have a choice, you can accept things because regardless of how you feel, it's not going to change anything. Sometimes I do this sometimes too. We put energy into stuff that we don't need to.
Well, this is strong energy.
This is one of those things that I'm not finna put my energy into.
Looking it up, a lot of people feel the same way and try to make petitions to get rid of it. And I'm not against them because
I'm not saying you have. Listen, you don't have to be against them. It's not. Again, it all depends on how you look at stuff. How your outlook is.
Longer than a month.
I don't think so. I think
our history spans longer than a month. It'd be impossible to cram everything. Now, women's rights. The 19th Amendment, correct? Well,
but that goes back. That still goes back to.
What happened? Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
How you know? Wait, is it back?
Yeah.
Okay. My wife said, and it's the
I'm not playing semantics with this.
It's not semantics.
It's
the truth.
It's there. It's there. It is what it is.
Truth or a lie?
Yes, it's the shortest month. But again, I don't care about that.
Okay.
Cool. See, I don't care about that.
It's nothing against a woman. Is women's rights for short month?
It's 30 days.
Is breast cancer?
It depends on which month. What, November?
October.
31 days.
Actually, no.
Oh, no.
Starts in November. Ends in October.
October is before November.
Is it? No way.
Yes, it is. You don't know you don't know your months.
I work 12 hours a day.
Don't blame me.
But, no. And I think it starts before October.
No, it starts in October. It's the 1st of October to the end of October because it happens during football season. This I know.
My wife did it before that.
They have other events besides that. But the actual month for it is November.
So here's my thing. That month ain't short, is it? October is
So
short in
now,
one
so
day.
now we're getting mad about. Now we're playing semantics with Dave.
It's not so much.
Now we're playing semantics with
We
Dave.
got the shortest month
But
with the most
so
history
what happened?
in
So
it.
what was to happen if we didn't
We
have a
have
month at
the-
all?
We have the
Then you would be
shortest
crying
month.
about that too.
At first, they didn't want to give it to you. They want to get rid of that too. Why? We got the shortest month with the most history. How does that work? We have all the
You
history.
say the most history. There'll be other people that say it's not the most history.
Who got more history than us?
The white people do. I hate to say it, they do.
They don't got more history than
How's
us.
that?
Their biggest history is owning us.
No, it's not.
Uh,
I hate.
what
That's
did
why.
we-
That's
what
why I
did
don't.
we
That's why.
make?
That's why I'm
Did we
finna.
not,
I'm
did we
finna
not make
change this.
half of the history in there?
No.
How many things have we created?
And they made just as many. So again, you can't sit here and say that. They made stuff too. You just automatically throwing their stuff out like they haven't done anything. Just answer my question. Yes, you are, because you're saying they did. We made this. We made this. We made this. We made
Right,
this.
they did that shit shown. You know what people make when they did it. When the last time you heard something that a black man invented? They don't publicize us. That's what I'm trying to get you. They don't do that
Because
for
it's
us.
not their job to
What
do
you
us.
mean?
That's
But
not
they
their
don't
job to
give
do
you
us.
history. That does not make sense.
That's not their
That
job to
does not make
prophesize
sense.
us.
What
If
you
it was the
mean?
other way around, it'd
What
be
you
completely
mean?
different.
It can't be the other way around because you know everything that goes on. You know everything that goes on. Rod, Obama was not the first black president.
You're not
History.
looking. No,
How much stuff
United
Because
States
you're
versus
using-
a president of a
using-
colony.
because
There's
you're
two
saying
different
that-
things.
You're saying that our history does not. We are the same equal playing field.
No,
And we're
you're not.
We're
So
not.
what we're sitting
We're
here,
not.
what you're sitting here saying is
We're
that
not.
there was a black. Hold on,
Okay.
let me finish. You're sitting here saying that there was a black man that was a president of one of the 13 colonies. One. When
Okay.
there's a black man who was
Okay.
over the entire country,
Okay.
which means all 49 states plus two
But that will
extensions.
make him not.
That would.
He
President
was-
of the
Look
United
it up.
States.
Look it up.
United
Look
States.
it up. Go look it up.
Who's the first president of the black
Go
president of
look
the
it up.
United States?
Go look it up. And then a lot of
A
people
colony
don't
is
know
not a
Okay.
whole state.
Okay.
There was never a black man in charge of all 13 colonies.
Okay.
He might have been in charge of one colony.
Okay.
There's a difference between a colony and the whole
So
country.
why you don't know that?
Because again, they omit things out of the book that they don't want people to know. That's it.
So why is that piece of evidence not shown?
Again,
If
who
I wanna have-
writes the books?
Again,
Who
but
writes
then
the
again,
books?
So that, like you said, we have the same equal things we've done. They write the books.
So they're going to put
we're gonna-
if we wrote the books and put all our stuff in it would be vice versa. It'd be the same way. So there is no win in
I'm
it.
saying we're more
No.
than 10 pages, right?
It's more
We're
than
more than a month.
so because your book only had 10
we're
pages.
more than that.
So your book only had 10 pages.
So how can today's kid know about what Black history is and it's nothing but 12, 15 pages?
Because you have other resources that they didn't have that we had.
So why not? I'm a school. I'm supposed to provide that.
No,
with
they
you.
don't.
Yeah, I'm a school.
If the school is ran
I'm
by
supposed to
if the school
provide
is ran
information.
if the school is ran by the state, they have their own curriculum
Because
that they
every
teach.
time I know every time Black History Month came around, they did their thing where, hey, you pick somebody, you write something about it, you present it. Sometimes you dressed up as it. I dressed up as Malcolm X. I did that one time. We picked somebody. We picked someone who was either invented something or changed something. Sometimes a lot of people did civil rights because it was easy. It was easy. I was like, it was easy. They didn't really do the hard work of picking something. But hey, that's their business. You know, that's people who cheat themselves out of knowing something. But a lot of people, I ain't even gonna do that. A lot of people chose actual people, and I chose Malcolm X one time. I chose the judge. I chose a judge. I chose a lot. I went to a lot of stuff because I wanted to know. I wanted to know. And then a lot of people were bringing up that a lot of the stuff that you want to know, what you think will be in a book that is an institution of knowledge, because that's what they're supposed to give you.
No.
That's what the school is.
Because the problem with that is they give you a book and there's so many different things in this book. They can only put so much in this book.
And that's fine.
So,
but it's a point. I feel like there's a point. There's a lot of important key factors in our history. Because mind you, that section is about us, right? If it's a Black history, it's about us. There's a whole bunch of different. You can pinpoint and grab everything from places. It don't all have to be slavery. I give you that. It don't all have to be, but there's points in our lives that we can pull and put in a book.
but they're not gonna. Here's the thing: they're not gonna. They're gonna.
Where we were.
They're
we were
gonna
more
put.
than
But again, though,
half of that
it comes
slavery,
But again, though, it's who write the book.
and that's the problem.
No,
The same people.
but here's the other. Here's the
wants to pull the book.
Here's the caveat behind it, though. If we wrote the books, it would be the same way.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
No,
You
well,
can't. No, we're not assuming.
We're assuming.
We're being 100%. If the
We're
Black
assuming.
people wrote the books, the history books, it would be the same way.
You're assuming.
No, and you're assuming the same thing by that.
Yes, but no, I'm not assuming because they did it. They've done it.
I can't.
They've done it. I can't assume something that they've done. I can't make up nothing that they already have done. They've already did it. Rod, we're not even. There's so many people they can give you. So many people they can give you. They can put in a book that they choose not to. Slavery's half the curriculum. That's crazy to me. Even though that's most of that, but we don't show the evolve of where we've came up and
Because
evolved from that.
to them that's not important.
So why is that? And I'm glad you. Why is that? Why is it not important to them?
Because it's them. That's just how it is. That has nothing to do with me. That's how they felt about us.
So how can I teach? Because I remember it. Because I had a teacher, Mr. Diaz, went tomorrow, and he used to tell us, man, have the real teachers. He used to tell us, man, a lot of the stuff that they give you and tell you in this book is half of a truth and a lie. Now, the half of the truth is kind of fucked up. Even though you're getting, like you said, you're getting a piece of knowledge, but not the meat and potatoes.
Because they're not supposed to. That's the thing. Teachers, take it from somebody whose mom's a teacher.
I'm telling you.
And they have a curriculum that they have to teach.
Does it bother your mother? Wait, does it bother?
No.
She does high school, right?
No, she does middle school.
Middle school?
It doesn't bother her because at the end of the day, you can teach the curriculum the way you want to.
Yeah, because you have that right as a teacher. And him as
a teacher. Long as you give them
follow the guidelines.
You follow whatever guidelines that are given.
I can still put
I can still put what I want out there. And a lot of teachers did that. The problem is that when they want you to know something, they tell you. And so I don't get into those type of arguments with that because again, it goes back to what we just said. You even as a teacher, you still have the power to teach what you want to teach as long as you teach that curriculum. And the problem is a lot of teachers now, for them, it's not about that. Even and I'm saying it's about Black teachers. It's not about that. You know what it's about? Let me tell you what it's about. It's about a check. They don't care if these kids learn how to read, write, whatever, especially when it comes to history and stuff like that. They don't care because they're not there for that. Our teachers, when we grew up in school, they were there for that. So again, I'm not mad about how you say it. It's not in the book, it's not in the curriculum. Because again, the times have changed. So we can't fault what they're doing now because see, we were taught the right way. Even though your book had, like you say, maybe 10 pages. So here's the thing.
So
it's
my
about
teacher, and hell of a teacher. I don't know if he still teaches at Mall or not. He was Mr. Dion. He'll tell you. He was like,
and the real teacher. But again, though, look when you was in school though. Look at the time you was in school.
2012.
Again, where we are now. It's not even required curriculum. it's to the point now. If you want to learn about real Black history, they had to make classes where you
Yeah,
sign.
in college.
No. In
That's
high
one
school,
in college.
no. In high school, they, you know how you had American history and
But,
this and that. They literally had to go to a point and make it to where it's a required course to a certain extent. It's an elective. I'm sorry.
and I'm not gonna lie to you. Am
And
I
that's
okay with that?
and I'm further
I'm
and
alright with that.
it's further along than what we perceive as a certain way. Like again,
I'm okay with that.
we don't write the history books. We don't make the books. The problem comes when everybody else tells us about our history.
But I'm okay with that.
Now that we have it to where, critical race theory and all of these things that are out there, it's to teach us not about the slavery part of it, but everything else. So when I say the stuff that happened in slavery, it needs to be there because it's a reminder still of where we're from. I can't sit here and say we need to get rid of all the slavery stuff because it would be wrong to deny that heritage to anybody else. And that's a problem that a lot of people understand because regardless of me being Black, you being Black, Asian, it's still history of this country. No matter how we look at it, we might not like it, but it's still history of this country and it's there. You can learn from it if you truly want to. Or we can put on this badge of like it's just all bad, this, that, and the third, or whatever. But you still can learn from it.
I'll give you this. I don't like it because you're right. Slavery is a part of our history. It happened. What happened after?
The
The
growth.
growth.
But again,
And I believe the what's happened with the growth, everything we've done from the time slavery ended to hell, even now,
it's there though.
it should that
It's there.
outraised the slavery. We have
Maybe
something that takes that,
in some people's mind it does.
and that's my
But
issue.
and a thing is though, it's not in everybody's mind who it does.
That's why I
But
say
you
that.
can't. But you can't say it because now you're basically saying we're rewriting books to take this out and put
no,
the good
it's
in.
not, it's
Not you.
It's not a good. I'm not gonna say it's a good. Ron, slavery happened, right? Like you said, like when people have a stat or a goal. If I'm Michael Jordan, if I'm LeBron James, who now took over Michael Jordan's record of most points.
Jordan wasn't even. Never mind. That's something else.
They did it. Well, they did. No, Jordan was like number two.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, Carmelo, and using that example, LeBron James took all three. Correct? He number one, sitting at the top. Now I'm saying that with Black history. Yes, slavery happened, but like you said, the growth. We've have enough growth, right?
It still doesn't counteract
To erase the slavery part in books because we've done more than slavery.
But they're not. The reason they're not going to do that
because we I think it can be done because we are there is
I hate to say it until we start writing the books.
Well, they won't let you write the books,
and there's your answer.
Because that's why you got the colleges that give you the classes. Now, am I mad that Black history is its own course? No, because like you said, you want to know all history, whatever. What I give you that. You want to know all history? Okay. But it's cool that we have our own course. That means the person who's probably writing these books.
No, the person that's teaching that African history class is a white person.
No, again, still, I like it when the white person is telling you this because, again, not all white people are racist. We've talked about that. They're not, and it's just. It's not I feel like it is starting to become an issue where I see people looking at the White House being burned. Well, the House of Louisiana. I call it the White House because that's what they called it. I have an issue when they say, "Oh no, it shouldn't be burned." Oh no, somebody trying to stop it. Man, them ancestors burned that motherfucker to the ground.
Uh, it,
And they sitting back and they, to me, their spirits has been released and they can finally move on. Because as long as that bitch was standing there, we gonna be here. Because you know they say that thing, you like that supernatural shit. As long as something that's holding it there.
that's not completely true.
But that's what they say.
In that sense, that's not completely
Well,
true.
do you think them ancestors were mad
No,
or happy that gone? You think they moved on?
I think most of them probably moved on before that even happened.
No, I think they were there.
Unless, what you have to understand with certain places, unless there's a vengeful spirit, still no. But you got to remember, everybody who died during slavery didn't have the vengeful spirit. Some of them acts. I'm not gonna say acts, but you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. They would rather be released from this world, and they went away happy. So my point is, I'm gonna say on a plantation, probably you don't know
200 people.
You don't. But see, again, you're speculating. So we don't know.
But a plantation usually
because think about it. You remember Django, right?
Yeah. There were like 200 bitch.
But you remember when he went to go get rid of one of those brothers that he was looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw how happy the black girl was that was walking with him? She didn't have a care in the world. She was happy. So again, you have to be careful about how we criticize certain things, because we had some black people who were happy doing what they were doing. You had some of them that were happy that, you know.
That's the key word.
So again,
I'm not gonna say there was no vengeful spirits there.
I'm not going to say it wasn't, but what I'm going
for that bitch to burn down to the ground.
No, that was Annabelle. Let's be clear.
No.
Yes, it was.
Annabelle didn't do that shit.
Yes, it did.
That bitch a demon.
She was in Louisiana. She was down there.
God, don't blame it on that.
No, but that's the actual.
Knicks get in their ass kicked. Oh, fuck you.
But no, what I'm saying though, and being 100% honest with you, again, we look at it as though if all the and I hate to sound like I'm playing devil's advocate, because I'm not. I'm just being truthful. That all slaves were not miserable. There were some slaves who were happy. There was some that was happy. Remember, I just gave you a prime example of one who was happy. Did I not?
That was a movie.
But again though, it was during slave times. Yes or no?
I don't know about happy. I don't know too many people that are happy to be a slave.
Hold on though. But was she?
Maybe the house nigga.
But do you understand what I'm saying? There were some in the field. You know what? Hey, I got a roof over.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I don't
because
know
I mean, you have to look at it from certain.
Happy is a strong word.
No, it's not.
Maybe content. I give you
content and happy. Content and happy are the same thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Content and happiness are two separate things. Two separate definitions. One's I settle for. The other one I'm completely happy.
And there were some that were happy for the simple fact that they had a roof over their head. They got through working. They ate. They lived. They went. To see the problem, there were. No, I can say that.
I say content.
I can say that because there was some that when the whatchamacallit was signed, they didn't want to leave. They were happy. They were happy with doing what they were doing.
It wasn't that. They had nowhere to go.
It wasn't a matter of nowhere to go.
Where were they going to go? I freed you. Now you can leave. To go where? Where they going?
But again, though, they were happy.
Again,
because if they weren't happy, they would have went somewhere. Why, they could have went and started their own plantation or whatever.
And then died. They didn't know nothing. We were talking about.
You already had skills. You had skills to build your own houses. You had skills to farm and do all that kind of stuff. You know how to chop down wood and trees and stuff like that. Come on now, let's be clear. These were skills that they learned by being slaves.
But a lot of them didn't. Wow, where were they going to go? Now, how far were they going to go for them to build these houses, knowing that I don't know if they own that or not?
They figured that out. That was something.
Because that's my thing. I was like, happy. I ain't gonna say.
I'm gonna keep it at that, but
because happy hard to say. Get beat and they didn't know what was happening.
That was happy for them. They didn't get beat.
That's it.
So they knew what happy. They knew what happiness was. If I went a day, if I went a day without getting hit with a whip or these type of things, or punishments and stuff like that, that's a good day. I'm happy. I hate it. No, no.
I'm content that hell. Today he didn't beat my head in. I don't know about tomorrow though. I know I got content. Happy is strong, Rod. Happy is a strong. That's too strong to say slaves are happy at one point.
So,
I don't know about happiness. I can't give you happiness because I don't know many people. You saw 12 Years a Slave. That nigga wasn't happy. You saw Roots. That nigga wasn't
Tony
happy.
was happy. Yes, he was.
When?
I'd be a good man. No, he was happy.
Fucking ship him off.
He was happy.
Right. No,
he was happy. He was happy. He was happy.
He was defeated.
He was happy.
He was defeated.
No, he was happy.
He lost.
No, he was not. He was happy.
My leg is missing.
No. We talking about when
the
dad from Good Times.
He
was happy. You didn't see his smile on his face.
Because because they were gonna sell him off. Rod, they chopped off his foot and they gave him the option. It was either your dick or your foot. Which one?
No, that part. When he was sitting there, I'd be a good nigga.
Yeah, because they didn't want to get traded off. I didn't want to leave. Because hey, I'd rather go with the devil I know than the devil I don't know. If I go to another plantation, they're not gonna do that. They might like take too kind of that.
We're gonna wrap this up. We got stuff to do. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why this went the way it did, but hey, it is what it is. Never.
I can't say that, right?
Never again. But at the end of the day, just thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us, and we will see y'all. I don't know. Next week is Memorial Day. That's Monday, so we may see y'all next week. If not, it'll be the following week. So
I can do Tuesday.
I'm not. That's out. That's out.
That's
why I say we might have to just.
I got my baby boy with me.
So, but ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a wonderful evening. It's been real, yeah, really real. So, y'all have a good evening.
Okay. No, that means we're losing, Lord.
I told you I'm not a fan
For basketball?
of that.